I panicked because I'd never actually seen anyone do it in real life. I put my hands out just in case. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they're supposed to do it at the store when they hand it to you.
No.
But
I've
then
never
it's
seen
like
it done
story fresh.
until like college.
All right, guys. You ready?
Mostly.
Okay, just a quick recap this time. So you guys came to, you followed a lead from Stanor Thistlehair, the halfling, who led you to the Whalver's Wagon Works, and there Kendra was able to distract Ilmith for a time using her womanly ways, and um, basically you guys went back and forth, and at night you came the to the entrance at Whalver's Wagons, their backyard cellar basically that had been covered. You broke inside and you found a tunnel system which you followed through and eventually came to a couple different rooms, one of which was a latrine. And then, after some statue moving and strength issues, you guys were able to find a room where there were several dead bodies with some rats eating on them. You defeated the rats, and then one of the party members moved on. You heard a loud noise, and when you came to discover a big rock in the middle of the room, after some inquiries and emotional breakdowns, you guys have decided that if you should survive this tomb and make it out, that it's time to perhaps open up a little bit more and learn about your fellow party members. But for now, you guys are still in the tomb. And Liam had just started to walk away.
I did get most of that. My volume's up enough I can hear, but I had less.
You were there, so. All right. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep moving?
I think that might be best to just keep moving forward to distract ourselves from that nice little experience.
All right. So Liam's already started moving down.
I only have 14 HP. Why?
Because you squishy wizard.
I forgot I was still not fully healed from the immolation from last week.
Yes, that's right. You still have your leather armor, but your cloth has been somewhat burned away.
I'm not bucking it.
Yes. All right, so you guys are in the stone chamber. You moving forward, going backwards? What are you doing?
Well, we can move forward from here or try the main hallway back behind us. Seems dear Liam has already moved forward.
Just gonna follow him.
All right. You guys all have control of your characters, right? All right. So Liam, are you stealthily going down the hallway?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, right.
If everyone's stealthing, you may as well roll stealth checks.
Okay. And I will use the fancy new dice set that I have.
Oh, yes. You have dice.
That was gifted to me by our lovely DM. It was a big surprise when I went out for my run, and there was dice on the floor. That's a D20, right?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta get used to using actual dice since it was D&D Beyond. It was just click the button.
Yep.
That's a dirty 20.
I can't move my character.
Okay.
Yeah, I have control of her right now. If you can give it back.
Yep. That's right.
I got a 16 stealth.
Maria.
I got a 17.
All yours.
Thank you.
What did the dice look like, Liam?
One is teal and one is black. They're very nice. Here's the black one I'm using today.
Ooh.
There it is.
If these dice do me wrong, I will put them in dice jail and use the other ones. So,
If they do you wrong, you'll understand the DM's true intent.
Liam was causing too much chaos.
So I have disadvantage on stealth, but I rolled a 10.
10. Okay. Rowan, what'd you get?
14.
And Kendra?
17.
Okay. All right. So you guys, for the most part, excuse me, I'm so sorry. For the most part, make it down the hallway without making very little noise. And Liam, you come to a stone doorway. And it's got a single little kind of stone window, only like a couple inches high, a couple inches wide, and it's got a couple bars across it as well.
Are there any traps nearby?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you are going to want to roll an investigation if you're looking for traps.
Okay, that's what I thought. That is that's an 8.
Okay. You don't feel like, as you're cursory glancing over that you're seeing anything.
Okay. Then can I peer in through this little window?
Mm-hmm.
With my 60 feet of dark vision?
Yeah.
Interesting. That looks like a giant statue. Potentially something that might kill us.
Is it full of rats, dear Liam?
God, I hope not. I think I've had my fill.
I mean, I think Flick took the most damage from the rats.
But would you say that it'd be a hearty meal, given the whole cat person thing?
I mean, many things are perfectly fine if you have the proper sauce.
Okay. So we have this door. Can anyone else get close enough to it? Or am I just sort of like blocking the way for everyone and have to decide whether I want to open or not?
No, your party members can squeeze past.
Okay. Whew.
Is there a handle?
There is a single metal circle hanging off, attached to the door.
Our greatest foe, doors.
Oh god. I'm gonna open the door. Do I have to roll strength?
Yep.
Oh god.
All right.
Okay,
Medium resistance.
that's a 4.
Oh, it's my time again.
You just kind of ring the metal against the its little bar.
You were meant to open it, Liam, not knock on it.
I mean, we need to maybe someone open it for us. You never know who's behind that. Maybe we just want to say hello.
Cautiously, Kendra will approach the door and attempt to open it.
Okay.
That is a 14.
Okay. So you are able to pull it open.
Okay.
And as you pull it open, some dust and just kind of drifts down over you and Liam. And in the room before you, it's a 50-foot square chamber. It's hewn out of rock like the rest of the place. The floor is rough but flat. The walls show the chisel marks of the original builders, and the ceiling is about 10 feet high. Identical stone doors with iron pole ring handles stand in the middle of the east, north, and west walls, which you're on the north one. In the center of the room stands a life-size and lifelike statue of a dwarf warrior wearing a chain shirt, helm, and big boots. He carries a shield on his left arm and a battle axe in his right hand. The statue has clearly been broken into roughly the head of. The statue has clearly been broken into roughly the head of the upper torso, lower torso, and the legs. So people have been breaking against it. The pieces have been reassembled and held together upright in a stout wooden frame. A dagger along with several coins and gems lie on the floor in front of the statue, surrounded by a ring of fine gravel.
Let's not be too hasty with this, shall we?
I'm not touching it.
Liam, mind your hands.
At you.
For nose, Mr. Wind.
Okay.
Do we mind filing through so we can all take a look? So is the ring of gravel around the statue or just the items by the statue?
It's around the statue. So like maybe so the surrounding blocks, it's just barely around it.
So is the ring of you said a ring of gravel?
Fine gravel. Yep.
Liam, you seem to be rather keen on checking traps. Mind taking a look?
Is there any kind of writing anywhere like on this? This seems like a statue of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12 on investigation.
Okay. Yes. So on the frame that's holding the statue together, where it looks like they're trying to rebuild it, a small, neat inscription reads.
Well, what language is the inscription?
It's in common.
Oh, okay.
So a
I
dwarven
see
statue
that.
with a dwarven statue with inscriptions in common.
Let me get back here. Sorry. Alright, and that's what you see. So it reads Petrified Iron Star with a question mark, dwarf. Found 1459 DR in Red Larch, West Quarry, in broken condition.
So this was a person. Odd to try to recreate a person in stone that was broken in a quarry. What was it doing in the quarry in the first place?
Well, we may have to take a look at the quarry to answer that. As for why it's here, there could be any number of reasons. Maybe they simply wish to open a museum in Red Larch.
This is not an ideal spot for a museum.
Well, after being in Waterdeep, you learn people tend to build up and down a lot more than they build outwards. We are underneath rather the center of town, after all.
Liam, with your investigation as well, you see on the along the gravel that's been spread around it. It is about 5 feet out from the statue. It's a circle, and there are various offerings, it looks like, that have been left here, including about 440 copper pieces, 253 silver pieces, and about 97 gold pieces. There are also 6 small green agates that are worth about 5 gold pieces each, and 2 polished moonstones, which are worth about 50 gold pieces each. And those are scattered among the coin and the gravel.
Would you all mind holding for just a moment? I may be able to investigate further to see possible traps that may not be visible to our dear Liam.
All right.
While he does that, I grab my dagger
Well,
and
I'm
hold
going
on
to
to
be
it. Just hold on to it.
running Detect Magic as a wrist roll spell. So,
10 minutes.
yeah, just chilling.
Coins on the ground, do they look like an offering or like something that was placed there?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was placed in any type of like design. It just looks like they were left almost like you would see at a shrine, where they're just kind of left as like offerings. Liam, roll a d20 for me.
You're muted.
You did. That's a 17.
Okay.
Why am I rolling a d20?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm just throwing up an aura for Detect Magic.
Because
Okay.
I've got some saving advantage on saving throws. If that's what I'm doing.
So,
That's fine.
as you're looking, Liam, investigating still on your investigation roll, you feel a breeze coming from the doorway that you just came through. And it seems to point between 2 wooden slats on the surrounding the statue. And as you kind of look closer, you see that there is a dagger that has been jammed into the wooden slats.
Interesting. Very cautiously, I walk up to the dagger and I grab it.
Okay.
Does it look like it's connected to anything, Liam?
Does it look like it's connected?
No,
Too
so
late.
what you grab is it looks like a regular dagger, but it's decorated with star motifs, and it has a grip of night blue leather. There is dried blood that still coats the dagger. Yeah, there's still dried blood on it.
It doesn't look like it's connected to anything, and it looks like it's been here for a while. Looks like it was used on something. And then Liam pockets the dagger.
Okay, so if you're taking it, you can add a +1 dagger to your
Nice.
inventory.
Okay.
Alright. So, anything else magical in the room?
No, sir.
Okay. But there is, so offerings past the circle of gravel around the statue. Flick has no direct interest in the agates, as, she's not necessarily in it for treasure, but the money would be of use.
Feels a bit disrespectful to just grab money when they're offerings.
I'm not sure if it's take any of that. It doesn't feel right.
Nope. So
I've no mind for that either way, but if you all think it would be incorrect to do so, then I will defer to your judgment.
Am I being asked to put the dagger down? Because I'll put it down. Sorry, I'm playing around with the inventory, trying to figure it out.
We're talking about the
No.
money.
The dagger's fine. We're talking about the gold and the gems and stuff.
Yeah, that's a little shady to me.
If it's shady to a rogue, then
Oh, Liam, I'm sorry. There is a name that's engraved on the pommel of the dagger, and
Ooh,
it's
what is it?
Rezur. Rezzur.
Reszur?
Yep, RES, and then Z as in zebra, UR.
And when you say +1, is that the hit or
It's a
damage?
+1 dagger. It
Both.
gives an additional. It's a specific thing you should be able to find.
Yeah, if you look dagger under add equipment, there should be an option for a +1 dagger.
Oh, there it is.
It counts as it counts as magic for going past resistances, and it gives +1 to hit and +1 damage.
Okay, and that's Rezzer.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay.
You just became 5% more dangerous.
Don't you forget it.
All right. So while we're still here, I may as well check the western door, see if we can get that open, because it looks like that goes back towards the hallway. Sora, would you mind giving me a hand? I just feel like this door should head back towards the hallway and may provide a more expeditious exit should we need it.
All right. So if you guys, if you can either roll with advantage or you can both roll strength checks.
Sora, roll advantage.
By the way, if you see me rolling something on D&D Beyond, it's just me testing something.
They wanted to test the +1.
That's a 19.
Okay. Yeah. So you are easily able to pull the door open, and it easily swings. Like you guys can see that these doors have opened and closed quite a bit.
Do you see
And-
anything on the other side?
You going in the room?
Well, is there anything like? Is this just the hallway back to where we were, or is there anything else through this door? Oh,
So there is a room. I'll say like that.
aha! I did forget it.
Are you going to enter, or what are you doing?
I mean, dark vision's pretty good.
All right.
So just want to take a peek through the door, see if there's anything that is not happy about our existence.
So as you are looking through, you do hear a voice call back saying, "Hey, you can't be here. You have to go."
Go where?
You can't be here. It says you can't be here.
I mean, we're already here, so clearly we can be here.
No, you have to go back the other way.
The other way, further in?
I
I feel like
Sorry,
fire
wait,
is being
who are
high.
you?
What?
Just gonna yell in the room. I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm Grund. You can't come in this way. You're supposed to come the other way.
Well, if we're supposed to do something, I don't think we should do it.
Why? What's the other way?
And essentially, you see. Let's see. An orc, a male orc, make his way around this giant rock. and look at you all.
You run.
No, you can't be here.
Why not?
They said you're not supposed to come here. I'm supposed to not let you in.
I mean, we haven't gone in that room yet. We could just leave you there.
Yes, leave here. Go away. Go back home.
All right. I think we can manage that. Sora, would you mind helping me close the door?
Sure thing. Okay, goodbye, Grand. We'll leave you in here. For now, I guess. Do I need to roll again?
Grun goes back. And
What was
you,
that?
as you hear the door closing, you hear him talking to someone else in there. But you can't quite make out what he's saying to him.
Even with these big ol' ears?
Who are you guys talking to?
We better follow that Grand. He said not to go in there, so it seemed prudent to just leave him be.
Well, fine. All right then.
Did he say why we shouldn't be in here?
No, I don't think he was quite clear on that himself.
Meanwhile, Liam is using his burned rags to clean off the dry blood of his new dagger.
Okay.
Wouldn't they just like flake off into ash instead of clean anything?
Shh.
It was just a very odd encounter.
Was he hostile?
He seemed
No.
Oh,
But yeah, he was not alone, and it's almost like he's guarding something, but unsure of what that may be.
Flick, as Sora's talking to him, you see big beefy fingers curl over through like the little window in there, and you just see two eyes like peering through worriedly.
just
Do I see him?
Yeah, you guys can. I mean, if you're looking at the window, you can see the little eyes and the fingers coming through the face, the entire green face, taking it up. And he's just watching you, as if he thinks he's hidden.
well, I think we should leave our new friend here alone. He seems quite content.
Do we want to ask? Do we want to ask if he wants to join us? I mean, I feel a little wrong just leaving him here by himself.
I mean,
That's the thing. I'm not
Seems
sure he's
happy.
by himself.
it's probably his job.
Did you see this other person, or was he talking to himself?
Grand,
Who's talking?
were you talking with someone?
Grun runs back towards the shadowed area behind the rock. And you,
I suppose
if you're,
not.
are you listening?
Yes.
Okay, so you can kind of hear him mumbling to someone, and I think they're still there. They're still trying to come in. They
Look,
won't leave.
Look, we'll just kind of give a pat to the door and nod to the rest of the group. Let's save this one for later.
All right. So this door then.
Like, my Grand. Let's try that door.
While they're looking at the other door, can I look at the statue more closely to see if, like, does it look like the statue's been moved at all? Like, is there any disturbance in the gravel around it, as if it's been shifted?
No. It looks like it's very just a formed circle of gravel. It doesn't look disturbed.
Gunter tried to open the door. I assumed that there was a strength check.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5.
Okay.
Did you need some help over there, Kendra?
No, I got it. Just give me a second. I got it.
Remind me to make a belt of strength for that girl.
You're pushing it the wrong way.
Did you try the handle?
Sora, roll a perception check for me.
You perceive that.
I guess I'm
Kendra
gonna
is
walk
pushing
over
on
to
the
the door.
I perceive that you are pushing and not pulling the door.
I'll go over and help with the door.
So not great. That's an 11.
Okay. So, from the corner of your eye, you notice there is something glowing, just very, very faintly off to the right, towards where Liam's standing.
I'm gonna walk towards it. Liam, could you take a step to the side, please?
You see that the light is actually following him, and it's coming. It's very, very faint, but it is coming from his belt area where his daggers are kept.
Liam, you've got something to tell us.
Now, Sora, it's not polite to stare.
Oh,
Liam looks
interesting.
down.
I was asking.
I
Liam
can't
looks
imagine.
down and just says, "This is the first time this has ever happened."
I can't imagine humans can compare too terribly much to dragons.
Because he's still just in his underwear with the belt, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's
tidy
he's
whities,
covered
leather
enough
armor,
that you could see his legs, but like for posterity's sake, his butt's covered. His goods are covered.
PG-13, guys, not
Yeah.
PG-17.
It's not good around you, Belt. Are you just happy to see us?
I mean, I don't know how happy I'd say I am. I was just set on fire, but
Running a little hot, are we?
We'll talk about
always.
that later. Liam, may I see that dagger real quick?
I hand her the dagger, Razor.
Hmm.
Investigate it more.
Yeah, and as he hands it to you, you realize it's not the one that's glowing.
Give me another dagger. Give me all your things.
I give her my standard dagger that I have, which I finally remembered to add the name onto that I've had in my backstory forever. So if you guys see it now on my list, it's the Talon of Aeolus.
That's a name.
So the second your hand touches the dagger, Liam, your vision instantly changes, and suddenly you are no longer in the same room.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
You find yourself surrounded by a torrent of dark clouds and gale force winds that swirl around you. The smell of ozone and atmosphere is strong and sharp as it assails your senses, the wind slapping almost painfully against your bare skin, which is quite a bit right now. Amidst the raging wind, you hear a whisper. Enemy come. They come. And it's just swirling around you.
What? Enemy? Enemy coming? Who are you? What? Where am I? Why am I still naked?
You suddenly hear loud rumbling and cracking reverberating around you like hundreds of boulders tumbling down a mountainside. They come. And then the rest of you, what you're seeing basically happen as soon as Liam grabbed it, his eyes just turned white. And he just is staring. it only happens for like half a second. Really, Sora, you're the only one that's seeing it as you were looking directly at him. It happens for half a second, and then he blinks out of it. And I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Here's the zap.
no.
A nice small room where I can accidentally hit everyone? Of course.
19.
All right.
Not that it matters, but natural 20 plus 5, so 25.
8.
9.
17. Plus 5. Oh, because of the dagger?
No, my initiative is usually plus 3, but because I took Swashbuckler last week, I get a plus 2 raise because it adds my charisma bonus to my initiative.
You have
Okay.
a plus 3 initiative in general? Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a plus 3 dex mod.
Yep, I have a plus 3 as well.
Makes
Rogue
sense.
things.
Yep.
All right. Oh man. Where are they? Yeah.
Would it be okay if we turn the music down like 1 or 2 notches?
Yes.
I don't know if it's too a little loud for everyone else.
Oh, you can go in and right-click Hydra and lower the volume if you like.
That's what I did. So yeah, you can manually adjust the volume on Hydra yourself.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hold on, let me find it. There we go. All right.
Okay, so it's my roll, right? It's my turn, right?
No, hold on one second. I gotta add all of your. I apologize.
He's ready to jump. He just had a crazy experience.
Okay. Real quick, Flick, what was your initiative?
19.
Kendra?
8.
Sora?
9.
Rowan?
17.
Liam?
25.
Okay.
Liam, leave the path clean for me. You won't want to be in the way.
All the enemies go before Liam.
I hope not.
All right. So, Liam, you are up. What you see is basically, you actually don't notice anything. What you hear is clattering coming down the north hallway and the message that you had previously received.
I look over to Flick and Kendra, and I just tell them to. I just yell out, "Throw some fire down that hallway."
Say no more.
Well, there won't be fire, but I'm sure they'll suffer.
It's my turn, just because
Mm-hmm.
my other idea would hinder our plans.
You can
Would hinder
ready.
that plan.
You can use your reaction to ready in action.
I'm just gonna have my daggers at the ready.
Okay.
Both the Talon and Reserve.
Okay. That brings us to Flick.
All right. So, can I see down this hallway the stuff coming?
You can probably see
From
the
right here.
first. Yep.
All right. I do have detect magic on. Is there any magic coming off these things?
Yeah.
Are they things? Are they people?
Until they're otherwise identified, they are things.
Actually, no. None of them have any magic.
All right. So Flick is going to move into position about here. And as she draws her chemical sprayer up off her back with a bit of a knowing grin, she's going to line up a shot straight down the hallway. So, something like that.
Okay.
And it is a 5 foot wide thing.
Okay.
So all of them to get to roll Dex check of save of 13. Because this is Tasha's Caustic Brew. That's not quite how I expected that to post, but yeah, it's just the entire hallway is now full of acid.
What, you said dexterity saving?
Dexterity 13 on all of them.
Okay. Okay. Uh, 5 of them make it. So only 2 of them did not. And we'll say it was the front 2 that probably did not.
All right, so any that did not make it are now going to, at the start of their turn, take 2d4 acid damage until they wipe the acid off.
Okay.
Or for up to 1 minute, so 10 turns.
Okay. And that's at the start of their turns or right now?
At the start of their turns.
Okay.
At the start of each of their turns until they remove it, or they die, or 1 minute passes.
Okay.
Or breaks concentration.
Gotcha.
And bonus action,
Oops.
Spiderpot is hopping off of Flick's shoulder, clambering up to the top of the statue. Stupid fly. Clambering up to the top of the statue. No horrible screeching sounds this time, but it is going to shoot a force blast straight down the hallway at the first one.
Okay.
So let me get the stats on that.
These guys clearly know nothing of siege warfare.
They squirrel this away good on me. Okay, weapon attack is 4. 17 to hit.
That hits.
For 4 damage.
Okay.
4 damage.
Got it.
If that matters.
Anything else?
Sure, we're gonna move it to a corner.
All right. And it is the first bandit's turn.
Bandits. So there was no cussing coming down that hallway after being sprayed in acid?
Oh.
I'm sure something, if the entire hallway you're in is filled with caustic substances, you're not going to be having a nice day.
Yeah, so basically, as soon as this first one, breaches the doorway, he cries out, "We are the bringers of woe! We have come to reward your curiosity." And he makes a flat-out run towards Rowan. And that is going to be...
Bringers of woe. Sounds evil.
17 to hit.
Okay, kill.
That hits.
Okay.
Ron, give us a hand in here!
Okay, so he makes a swipe at you with his scimitar, and that is 8 points of damage. And that's all that one has. This next one is going to come in as well. 20. And this one actually saw you go to the corner, Flick, and is going to make an attack against you. Oh.
I mean, Flick wasn't exactly subtle, just didn't want to be shot at down the hallway.
Yeah, and that was a 1. So they make a swipe at you. They're just mostly surprised you were there. All right, that brings us to...
Oh, roll damage on those 2.
Oh, that's right.
2d4 on each of them. That's gotta smell terrible.
And 3. So...
Yeah.
5 and 3. Okay, so the first one, the one that attacked Rowan, as soon as she made a swing at Rowan, the acid burned in. She suddenly felt, or he felt it in his muscles, and he gasps. He's hurting. And that brings us to Rowan.
You.
Are you frozen, Rowan?
I think she is.
She looks so pensive.
Yeah.
You can't.
Okay.
Hmm.
We'll give her just a second.
Let's
She'll
see if
come
she
back
revives.
in. Yeah.
Rowan,
There
can you
she
get
is.
the door closed?
All right. So
you hear me?
you are up, Rowan.
Yes,
Am I
we can hear
good?
you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as I'm holding my warhammer, I would like to cast magic weapon with my bonus action on it, which
Okay.
allows it to have a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to immediately swipe at the guy.
Okay.
$23 to hit.
That hits. Roll the damage.
Gesundheit.
And it'll be 9 damage.
Okay. So you pull your hammer out and swing upwards with the acid already burning into this bringer of woe. It cracks against his chin, and you see teeth fly out. The eyes roll back, and this guy just falls backwards dead.
Oh, woe is me indeed.
How dare you attack me first?
All right, that brings us to the next bandit. Who is going to... It can only get that far. So he's going to make a swing at you, Rowan. And that is 15 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, so this one sees you have just killed his friend, and as he goes to swing, you're still swinging through with yours, and just completely misses. That goes this guy. 30. All right. Sora, you're up. Kendra, you're on deck.
I am going to. Let's see. Haven't done this in a while. I'd like to Sacred Flame this one.
Okay.
So you have to do a deck save.
All right.
I mean, they did pretty good on dex save earlier.
That's a 6.
Fail. 1d8.
And is this the... You said this is the one next to Flick or the one in front of the statue?
The one in front of the statue.
Okay.
So that is 2 points of radiant damage.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. I'm gonna... Can't really do anything else, so I'm just gonna pull out a weapon in preparation.
Okay. Kendra, you're up.
Okay. Morally battling with they're the bringers of woe, so they're bad. But we don't kill. But they're bad.
Since when did that stab you with bandits before?
Okay, listen. I never killed anyone.
You came a little close there.
Knocking them out and killing them are two different things. Liam killed them. So I guess
Yes, let's knock them out with fire. I'm sure that will work.
I'm going to have a very stern talking to later. We're gonna go up to this bandit and going to preface this with non-lethally stab them with a dagger.
Okay.
Non-lethally stab them.
17.
That hits.
Cool. Ah! No! D4!
I mean, to be fair, Flick really should probably be careful. She's likely the most flammable person in the party.
That is 6 damage.
Okay. So this guy just gets done making a failed swing at Rowan. You just hear a and then all of a sudden he feels a knife just come in under his arm as Kendra sneaks in there. Anything else?
I don't have another weapon drawn, so no, that's it for me.
Okay. And that brings us to the last two here. 30. 30. Okay. So this one is going to make a ranged attack at Kendra.
Well, why?
And that's a 6 to hit.
No.
Okay.
No. That'd be awful if that hit.
And then this other one, I'm going to say he doesn't have good line of sight. So that brings us back to Liam. You're up. Flick, you're on deck.
So, what do we have here? What sort of chaos can I come up with?
It's the stabbing kind, I would hope.
How is the ceiling?
10 feet up.
Yep.
But how sturdy is it?
Solid rock, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Open the door.
it's well, what do you call it?
Sturdier than we are.
I mean, it's very smooth. Like it looks like solid rock.
Then never mind. I had a few plans, but I'm just gonna go with the basic run up to this bandit right here,
Okay.
and oh, no, take,
You'd make it there, no problem. Yeah.
yeah, that's like I think in total that was like 20, so I still got 10 right, 10 movement, and I'm gonna roll an attack on with starting off with my brand new dagger, Reserve. And that's a D20, right?
Yes.
And that is
Who are you attacking?
not the one with acid, the untouched one.
That one in front
The
of
one
the
that's
statue.
not
Okay.
Malcolm.
Exactly. And that's a 19.
That hits.
Okay.
Roll the damage.
Does sneak attack proc because of your rule-breaking sneak attack rules for being a swashbuckler?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
because it has to be not in contact with other stuff, I think.
Once per turn, I can roll 2d6 damage. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if it's engaged with another enemy. If another enemy of the target is within 5 feet, if the
So,
enemy is
Kendra.
incapacitated, and you don't have a disadvantage on attack roll.
So
Okay.
Kendra's within 5 feet.
Yep.
So sneak attack. So I start off with normal damage, then I add on sneak attack after.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 1d4 plus 4. That's a 5. And then 2d6. That is a 1 and a 5. So that is 11 damage.
Total?
Yep,
Okay.
with that 1. And with
Wait,
my next,
how is sneak attack 2d6?
when I leveled up, sneak attack goes to 2d6 at level 3.
Oh,
All right.
I've got the D&D 5th edition like webpage open, so I'm looking at like all the
yeah,
all the data points.
that's pretty good stuff.
All
It
right.
was crazy.
So you pull this new knife out, and you actually you don't have that knife.
Oh no.
Sora has that knife still.
Oh no!
Sorry, it just occurred. I just remembered. Sora had that knife in hand.
Oh no! So I guess how do we do this? Do I
Okay, so never ignore me.
Yeah, I mean,
do I re-roll the entire attack, or do I just?
no, you. I mean, do you have another weapon you want to hit with?
I mean, I was gonna go with Talon as my
Yeah.
second attack,
Okay.
but it's got different stats, so I'd have to re-roll damage.
Yeah, just re-roll the damage.
Okay. And just for sake of continuity, it would be an 18 to hit this time.
Okay. Yeah, no, it hits.
Okay, that's what I figured. So that's a
D4
6 for straight, and now we do 2d6 for sneak attack. So
Okay.
6 plus
So far doing better.
9 plus
Okay, 9.
11. So it's still 11.
Nice.
Literally nothing changed.
Your dagger would not be outdone by the other one. Yes. So
Talon is a fickle thing.
you pull Talon out and you just slice it across this bandit's belly, and intestines just start peeking out. And this one grabs at its belly and is trying to scoop him in and just falls over.
Is he dead yet?
Oh, he's dead.
Okay.
One shot him.
Gross.
All right.
For my bonus action, can I lodge another attack with my short sword, which I still have because I haven't given it to anyone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So that's gonna be that's a 15 to hit, and I'm going for the melty one.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And now that is just a straight 1d6, no piercing added, right?
Should be,
Nothing
yeah.
else added.
It's taken three sessions, but I'm learning. And that's a 2.
All right. Whoops. All right. So that brings us to Flick.
All right, so let's see. Okay, so I can see this guy behind this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they're both getting acid splashed.
All right. Do it.
So that means they both got to roll Dex 13 save.
All right. 14 and 11.
Okay, the one that failed takes 5 acid damage, whichever one failed.
All right. We'll say it was the first one. 5 acid damage. And then same 2d4.
At the start of their turn.
Okay.
So
Great.
this is acid splash.
Yep.
It's a different thing.
Oh,
What I
okay.
used before was Tasha's caustic brew.
Okay.
So acid splash is a cantrip. It just does one turn of 1d6 acid damage.
One
On a
turn.
failed save save.
Okay.
Tasha's caustic brew is the one that splatters them with nonsense.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. And guess who's getting shot in the face? By the not currently screeching, but skittering about on top of the statue. Actually, just to get completely out of range, it's going to flip upside down, flutter up to the ceiling, and stab into the rock to stand to the ceiling. And then it's going to shoot this guy in the face. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Or 5 force damage.
Okay. All right, so this guy gets hit by acid, and then the telltale force backwards in his face. It just shoves the acid even further, like into his eye sockets and his nares and in his mouth, and he's choking on it. He's looking really not great. And that brings us to the dead guy. Now the other bandit. So
The one that's melted by acid?
yes, this one is going to take a swipe at you, Flick.
He's still covered in
that's
acid,
right.
which
2d4.
is 2d4, yeah.
5. He's hurting, but he's still standing. Oh, man. He doesn't hit. So he makes a swing at you and completely just gets air.
I mean, his arm isn't just being melted off at that point. At what point do you think some bandits would have a sense of, self-preservation?
We are the bringers of woe!
I'm getting some cult vibes from this, so
Yes,
I
yeah.
feel like they're prepared to die.
I'm seeing all of this woe you have brought us by
Rowan.
falling down, melting, and being struck by a hammer.
Carl Williams starts whistling "I'm Walking on Sunshine."
Rowan, you're up.
Local assault you have launched.
I'm swinging my warhammer at the other guy that decided to attack at me.
Okay.
$21 to hit.
21 definitely hits.
And 8 damage.
All right.
Bludgeoning.
So you, after Kendra shivs this guy under his arm, his raised arm, you are alerted to it and you immediately swing out with your hammer upwards and just same thing, smash this guy's jaw right into his brain, and he is done.
That counts as non-lethal, right?
All right.
I thought we would want to keep a guy that's got a cape on. He's more important.
Sora, you're up. Kendra, you're on deck.
The one in front of Flick is probably just going to melt at the start of its next turn, so.
Probably.
Keep a cape guy.
What?
Well, let's keep a cape guy. He's clearly more important. He's got a cape on.
No, yeah, I'm gonna go for the cape guy. I'm just trying to see where I can stand.
Don't step in anything green. Trust me.
Okay, I think I can move here. There.
Yeah.
And hit the cape guy with my longsword.
All right.
Half-hand him. Or rather, just pommel strike.
Right. Well, that's 13, so not great.
13 hits.
Oh, it is? Great. Alright, so that is more than that's 5 points of damage.
All right. So you come up with this long sword and you bring it down and it just cleaves through the shoulder into the chest cavity, and this gentleman definitely falls dead.
Goodbye, caper.
Anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay right there.
Kendra, you're up.
Why do I try? Out of
You've got a stick.
frustration.
You can hit him with it.
Out of frustration, we're throwing non-lethally throwing a dagger at the other caped guy.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
I
You
doubt I
can
can.
non-lethally throw a dagger.
You can non-lethally do a lot of things. That's
Non-lethal tactical nuke.
23.
23 hits.
Yeah, non-lethal tactical nuke.
Throw that dagger.
6 damage.
All right.
Right for the kneecap.
All right, so Sora just cleaves this gentleman in half and like carries him to the ground. And as soon as a dagger just flies right into this guy's chest, and he's very upset. Anything else?
I now don't have a weapon that can reach him, so that's it.
All right, that brings us to dead guy number 1, and that brings us to this bandit. So this bandit is not happy. He is going
2d4 acid damage.
the other one.
Oh.
This one. All right. He is going to make a shot at Kendra, the one that just hit him,
Come at me, bro.
and completely misses. It goes off of the dwarf statue. He is going to actually come into the room at this point and stand right over his brethren.
Have you learned nothing?
The earth will crush you.
It seems like we're doing a far better job of crushing you.
He just laughs at
Especially-
you with blood coming out of his mouth. Liam, you're up.
I'm going to attack the one that just came in with, again, Talon. And I'm going to go for non-lethal damage.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Might as well try. But I have a reason why I'm doing it, and I'll tell you guys after the fight.
So, as soon as Grond comes up to the door, the cauldron is going to turn and screech at him. From
That
the ceiling.
is 12 to hit.
It hits, yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, of course, when I do non-lethal damage, it misses. But okay, so that is a 24 plus 3, and that is a 5 plus sneak attack, because I still got sneak attack up. That's 1, 6. That is 11 again.
Yeah, this guy definitely dies.
Non-lethal. It was non-lethal. I called it. I said it.
If you do more than his health in non-lethal damage, I don't know if he can survive it.
And that brings us to, or unless you anything else you want to do?
Is he dead? Is he gone?
Yeah, as you do the killing blow, his eyes just look at you and they turn black and he smiles and falls to the ground.
So wait, is he dead or is he just knocked out?
He's dead.
Damn it. Okay, regardless, I'm gonna size up his pants.
Okay.
Would they fit me?
They look like they'd make a good match.
Okay, I'm taking his pants.
All right.
You really want the
And
world
that'll
to
bring us to Flick.
Does it look like this guy can survive another round of acid?
He's looking really hurt.
I'm debating if I just want to, just kind of give him a gentle push backwards. No, he's gonna make a Dex 13 saving throw. I'm just putting more acid on him. Try to finish the job faster.
All right. Go for it.
That Dex 13 saving.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. No, he absolutely fails.
Yep, so that means he... three acid, that's what it is.
All right. And he definitely dies. The last of the acid, just corrosively, he breathes it in. And he falls forward, his hand reaching out to you.
How hard
Nope.
is it to not kill them?
Very hard. Killing things is the easiest thing to do when you're in a fight.
What is the requirements when you say you're gonna go for non-lethal?
Saying non-lethal.
Saying non-lethal and having a reasonable way to do it.
Okay, so you
I
don't
mean,
actually can change your roll or anything.
I can't. If you're throwing a fireball, don't declare it non-lethal. It makes no sense.
Spells and ranged attacks cannot be declared as non-lethal.
You mean the range attack, like throwing your dagger?
Yes. I just looked at the rule, so I understand.
So, as the last one falls, you hear from the west room, "You killed him! You spilled a lot of blood! That's not good! You're bad!"
Well, technically, I spilled acid.
Yeah, you're
Would you
bad.
like some?
Going to just quickly retrieve that dagger.
Yes, I would advise cleaning anything that came into contact with that.
I'm gonna hand Liam his dagger as well.
While this is all happening, I'm slipping on the pants. What color are they?
When you're done with that, here you go.
They're woe colored.
They are dark colored. They're dark colored, where with along the seam, there's like a marbling effect along them.
Okay. Interesting. Can I take a shirt and cloak too?
Go for it.
Liam,
Yeah, the
Okay.
shirt. The shirt is like just a white. It's pretty dirty. Looks like it has patches of like kind of dark here and there, but it's just a simple button-up shirt. And then the cloak is just dark.
Their cloaks, do they have any symbols on them? Since apparently every single cloak in this game means something.
Let's see here.
Liam, a moment. If this is a cult that is operating beneath one, is it such a wise idea to dress like one by the time we return to the surface?
I mean, I will leave the cloak behind then, but for now, wouldn't it be prudent to make it look like we are one of them to slip in? Especially if you're slipping in stealthily.
More about being prude than prudent.
Looks like it's cold down here.
You don't see a symbol on the cloak. You do see it on the leather armor they're wearing. There is a symbol that is actually, it is like a triangle, and in the middle of it is a single line that reaches halfway up the triangle.
Wait a second. The map.
If that is one of the symbols on the map. Yes, it is.
4 things.
Yep, that is what that is. Given what they've said, I believe this symbol can likely be tied to the elemental earth. If they were so keen on seeing us buried with it. Sora, that may be a good note. Good note for your notebook.
Taking it down right now?
Anything on the body of the one that attempted to attack Fleck? Just rummage through his pockets. That's a 12 investigation if you need it.
Yeah, I mean, you just find a couple of light crossbows and the scimitars, and then you find some rocks in their pockets.
Ooh, wait, you said
Polished.
light crossbow?
Yeah, light crossbow.
I can use that.
If you
Did I hear scimitar?
Mm-hmm.
If you needed a crossbow, Kendra, I can loan you mine.
Is a scimitar a finesse weapon?
Oh yeah, finesse. Yes.
Interesting. I'm raiding more corpses. Where'd you get that outfit? Was it Target? No, it was the corpse of a dead guy in a cave.
Corpse of a dead cultist in a cave.
They're clearly cultists. This is clearly a cult. They were threatening us.
Grons, dear, would you like any of their swords?
There were 6 of them, so there are 6 scimitars and 2 light crossbows. I'm sorry, 4 scimitars and 2 light crossbows.
I wouldn't mind having one of the crossbows for pots, if no one else is needing them.
I'm not in need of a crossbow, but if there's a scimitar up, I wouldn't mind taking that.
We are robbing the dead. Okay.
Again, my entire outfit is, dead cultist chic. So
I'm learning so much about culture outside of a small village. This is very interesting.
but I too will take a scimitar.
When
if
you
it's
come from a
available.
place where everything means you're dead, you learn to use everything you can.
Ooh, is it a normal scimitar or a double-bladed scimitar?
Double-bladed scimitars are like a specific elvish caste thing. So I'm
Those
pretty
are
sure
exotic weaponry. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up a light crossbow and try to find any bolts if they have any extras.
Are all the scimitars claimed now?
I think only 2 were.
There should be 4, and I have no interest in them. I just
Might as
wanted
well
one.
take one.
I have crossbow. How many bolts did they have, or do we not care?
I'm not going to track it, to be honest.
Cool. Just to have bolts.
It's the up, down, left, right, bumper, bumper, D-pad cheat code of unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
As long as you have it, you have ammo, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't track ammo either. I'm in my games. It's tedious.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow.
We're not.
Like, we'll
we don't
scoop one of the
know-
crossbows up, and it's away into her backpack.
So we're not sure who these people are, really.
Nope.
I think we ask our friend Grant here some questions.
You hear some clambering in the room next to him, and his face comes up to the door. How you know my name?
Hello, friend. You told us your name.
What? What? Oh.
We mean
Should we
no
have got me
harm.
in
We
Grant,
just
dear?
want the answers.
What?
Get out of here.
What answers?
Who were these people?
They're bad. They tell them what to do, but Grunt think they're bad.
Who tells them what to do?
The others.
Who are the others? Or is that a group?
No, Grunt said too much. And he runs back to the shadow, and you can hear him whispering again to someone.
I have a feeling he may be speaking with himself.
Quite possible.
There's only one way to find out. We either go in there or we keep moving, but
I feel
I feel like we've gotten nowhere. What's that?
I feel like we should leave him alone, because every single time he's come back to the same spot.
Yes, and he doesn't particularly seem to mean us harm.
You're not wrong. Right.
We can always go the other way and then come back.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
That's
Why
what
am I
it's all-
in here?
We could roll to see whether we go in or not. Like anything less than 10, we go in. Anything more than 10, we stay out.
I've no interest in pestering our dear friend Grant here if we don't need to, so I'll defer that to the rest of you.
Before any decision is made, I'd like to use use of the healer's kit on Rowan here, because that health bar is not looking too good.
It's a flesh wound.
Billy, before you use your healer's kit, I actually have a lay on hands pool that I can.
Y'all don't let me use this thing.
You got to use it on poor Liam last
I
time.
got to use it once!
You
Get
can
like
use it.
5 uses or something.
It's got 10! Now 9!
I'm just picturing Kendra. I want to heal people. Everybody else, you can heal them too. No, let me. I want to do it.
Okay, you can do it.
Alright.
Yeah, I look over at Sora and just like put a hand up of uh, Kendra.
I'm just gonna.
That's 9 plus 3, so 12. You just healed for 12.
Yay!
Hmm.
Thank you, Kendra.
Slap a band-aid on there.
Flick will recollect her pet as it hangs once again on her backpack, skittering past Liam.
I'm back to full health.
Yay.
I'm trying to not make it, nightmare level nonsense anymore. Although it was fun to intimidate the other bandits.
You hear the voice from the other room. You are healers? You know how to make things better?
Yes.
Ron, yes.
And he runs back. And you hear him whispering again.
I feel like he's not talking to himself anymore.
I'm not sure what he wants, and I feel bad.
Kendra, do you think maybe you go into the room with a healer's kit out?
If someone goes with me.
I'll go
Alright.
along with you, Kendra.
We'll all go with you.
Liam
So
keeps whistling Walking on Sunshine.
I'm
Okay.
actually gonna.
you guys are
stay
gonna
in
reopen the
this room.
door?
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
right. We
The
need to
door's
do
still
that.
closed.
I'm staying in this room in case something happens that they get locked on the other side.
Alright, I got this. Don't worry. That's a 12.
Alright, so you were able to open it.
Before anyone goes in there, in Orcish, because Flick does know Orcish, so in Orcish, Grond, if you're needing help with healing, several of us can aid you with that.
Grun just kind of peeks around the side of the rock. He's not doing good, but he said no healing.
What kind of aid does he need?
Grun don't know what to do. And he go to the corner.
Can we
So
speak
come
with
in.
Grond?
Would you like to translate? Because I don't know what you two are saying.
Flick turns back to Kendra. He says his friend says he does not need healing, and Grond does not know what to do in this case. Grond, may we speak with your friend?
Grun's just in the corner, like with hands on the wall, fingernails scraping against the rock, kind of like
Okay.
lightly banging his head on the wall. Don't
Nope.
know. I'm not good. I'm not good.
Nope. Going forward. What is behind curtain number 1?
All right.
You're straight up going for it.
Yep. Nope. He's having a whole ass break. That doesn't look good.
All right. So when you come into the room, first off, what you see is it's a big square chamber hewn out of the same rock that you've seen in several of the chambers. There are the stone doors on the east and west side, the east side being the side you entered. There are 10 oiled chains that are secured to bars leading up to a hole in the ceiling along the western wall. There is an 8-foot tall rectangular stone that stands upright in the room's center, nearly reaching the ceiling. The stone has an inscription on it that's hard to read from a distance. At the foot of the standing stone is a small human that's pinned face down by rocks placed atop his arms, his legs, and his back. He is barefoot and wears ragged clothes. and you hear him, please, please,
Nope.
help.
Just he's getting help.
As you get closer, you realize this is a small boy. He looks to be around 11 years old. Um, he looks weathered, cold. He looks thirsty, exhausted. As you approach, he clams up a bit and he looks frightened as his eyes realize you're not Grund. No, no, no.
I would like to gently come towards him, uh, with a calm voice, telling him that it is okay. Everything will be fine. You're safe now. It's fine. As I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. So I'm not going to make you roll for it. So you cast Cure Wounds, and you see the boy's eyes light up a bit. The fogginess seeming to bleed away a bit, become a bit clearer. A little bit more color comes to his face and to his lips, and he blinks and, who are you?
My name is Kendra, and I'm here to help you.
Grun comes up next to you and kind of leans down with his hands on his bent knees, and he looks at you kind of like, you you did it. You make him better.
That's what I try to do. Help everyone I can.
I don't know. And he kind of shifts his arms a bit and his legs. It hurts.
Don't try to make any unnecessary movements. Can you tell me what happened?
I'm being punished. My father, he put me here. I failed to deliver a message. He asked me to deliver a message for him, and I don't know. I got distracted. The Pell and the other kids, they were playing a game, and I forgot. And when Father found out, he brought me down here. It's my fault. I should have known better, and so this is my punishment.
Who was your father? Asking the hard question.
I know. Bear with me here.
So perhaps block them from seeing into the other room for now, just to be safe.
He's one of the believer elders. Rothar Hatherhand.
That's a name. You said he's one of the elders.
Yes. Most of the believers are elders in the city. My father's a great man amidst them. He gets messages from the stones. One day I hope to be like him.
It is fine to look up to one's elders, but there are some actions that may not be best to be repeated.
I brought this on myself. You see him kind of swallow and adjust his shoulders as best he can. hands kind of moving a bit, trying to get some blood moving back in them despite the heavy boulders on them. It's my fault. This is my punishment. I have to. I have to make it through, and then I'll be forgiven.
What is your name?
It's Braylon, miss.
Braylon? Well, Braylon, I can tell you right now that you have been forgiven. You no longer need to sit here in torment. No father should ever do this to their child. No child should ever have to feel this pain. What you're feeling now is not an act of love. It's an act of hatred, of violence, of zealotry beyond common sense.
And you see tears well up in his eyes.
I don't know what happened to your father. I'm sure he is a great man, like you say. There must be something going on, and we will find out, I promise you.
The stones, they predict what's going to happen. They've predicted some of the storms. My father, he's learning how to read them. The elders all are. To those that believe in the movement of the stones, we are given vision on how to read them.
Are the stones predicting what is going to happen? Or are they causing what is going to happen?
And you see him catch for a moment. No. No. I don't know. I just know that those who believe and who serve are given insight, and they know how to make things better for Red Larch. I want to make it better here. I have to be able to read it, so they can't be bad. They can't be. And he starts to just cry.
Well, Kendra will get up and just look to Flick. Do you have anything to let this boy rest?
I may not have anything that might help him rest specifically. We all must go through our own trials, and this boy is determined to go through his as he sees it. If he does not seek aid, then I do not think we should provide it, for it is his own will that he is here, from what he says. If he believes this is the punishment that has been given to him, it is the task that he is here to see out. But I do believe tending his wounds is correct. But I'm sure he speaks of belief, and I'm sure this is something that many of you seem to understand at the very least. So let him follow his beliefs as you follow yours.
I'm not sure. I'm speaking from like the doorway. Not sure how much of that is belief. I do side with Kendra on this one. These acts are not suitable for children. To have them in a room hurting simply because he decided to play. There's something wrong about that. While I do feel the boy's intentions were good, this punishment, as Kendra said, did not come from a place of love.
And if we remove him from this situation, what do you think what might his fate be when he returns to his father?
I'm not sure.
Grond,
Speaking
you are
from my
watching over.
own,
Yes.
just speaking from my own experiences, that acting in this way is not right, and he's merely a boy.
I've treated him to the point where he won't die. He will only ache, and it will hurt still, but not deadly. He truly believes that his father's a great man. He very well might be, but these stones that he speaks of, they sound malevolent.
Perhaps so, but that may not be something to discuss in front of him.
Staying across the room, young one, Braylon, has this happened to you before? Have you been in here before?
No. No, this is the first time I've had this kind of punishment. Um, I, I think I only have a few days left. And I think I think I can make it now.
Has he threatened you like this before? Or worse?
Who?
Your father.
No, no, no. He follows the guidance of the stones. It's, it's important. All, all the important people in town follow the guidance of the stones. We're believers. Eh, not like this. This is the first time I've had this kind of punishment. But the others demanded it.
Who are the others?
Some of the other believers, like Baracustus Harbuckler, um, Marlandro Gaelker, and Ilmeth Whalver. They're the ones that brought me down here. You see Grun just hunched over, hands on knees, just kind of watching all of you curiously.
Grond, are you here to protect the boy, or make sure no one interferes?
No. And he points behind him. No one come through this door. People come. If you know, say the password. I pull chains. And I make sure no come.
What do the chains do?
He kind of stands up a moment. looks at the three of you and then looks down at Braylon, who's kind of squinting up at him. It's okay, Grun. You can show them. It's not going to do anything now, anyways. And so Grun stands up to his full height, turns, and yanks on one of the chains. And you can't really see it through the what little window there is in the stone door. You just see a rush kind of further down, way further down the hallway, but you hear a loud clang. I pull chain. It trap whoever come down.
So as long as we don't go through that door, we are okay, yes?
Go through. Go through. You cannot come through. Cannot come through. I stopped from coming through.
Yes, we're not going through that door. As you can see, we didn't go through, we just came in, and then we will go out.
I make pickles.
You make pickles back in town?
Yeah. Everyone likes some big pickles.
Once we're back in town, we'll be glad to try some.
Oh, Grun has barrels of pickles. You would try them. You come to the area and I give you pickles.
Oh yes, there's someone in our group that loves pickles. His name is Liam. When you see him, make sure to give him loads and loads and loads of pickles.
You come and get any pickles you want.
We'll be sure to come visit. For now, you're staying with Brylan here, correct? Making sure no one comes through?
No one come through. And he kind of looks worriedly down at Braylon. He be okay?
He seems strong. He should
Yeah.
be fine.
Kendra is quite skilled at what she does, so he should be fine.
Okay. Grun give you lots of pickles. Grun, thank you.
So, Braylon, you are determined to go through with this, yes, boy?
I don't. I have to. If I don't, the stones, they may stop speaking. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. They may. What if I disobey? If I don't finish, I may bring woe to my family, and I may bring dishonor upon them.
Braylon, faith is a very powerful tool, but it is something you must find for yourself first. Focus on the task and your own mind. In this regard, listen for the stones yourself and see what they may say. You do appear to have the time during this punishment. Perhaps that is your goal here, is to listen to the stones. Focus and see if you can hear what they may say, and your time here may seem shorter should you call out for their voices.
Yeah. The stones.
We do have other business here, but we will be sure to check on both of you before we are done. Do you think you will be all right here?
He doesn't respond. He's just focused in on self.
Yes, perhaps we should continue discussion in the other room for now.
I had slowly kind of made my way behind Sora through the door. Um, from where I'm standing, I won't be able to see Gron or the boy or anything, right? Because a giant rock is right in front of me.
Correct.
Okay.
Strength check.
Yeah, are you guys leaving the door open or closed?
Let's close it for them.
All right, I won't make you guys roll for it. You close the door.
We got 5 people aiming at it. We should be able to get it closed.
So,
All right.
Before we continue, I'm just going to say, I'll be right back. Just one moment. Go back up this way. And get a lot of her anger out by firebolting the rock that was on the ground.
Fireball! Fireball! Fire!
Liam turns over to Flick and asks, did Kendra need to go to the bathroom? Because the bathroom is in that direction.
You just
I think you needed to get something out, and especially you, I think I would avoid going in that direction for now.
you can hear in the echoing distance just brief flashes kind of lighting the dark hallway.
And once she's done, just come back. Okay, let's go.
Before you do, Kendra,
Oh no.
as you're actually head back up there.
I didn't
So
mean to advance the plot.
So as you're just wailing firebolt after firebolt at this rock and just and you stop for a moment and are just gasping for air and unleashing all this torrent of emotion as you look at the rock and you realize like it was a black rock, smooth like obsidian looking rock to begin with. And the firebolt, for the most part, dissipated against it. But you see crackles of like burning ember in the rock, and you see the words, or you see 2 dogs facing back to back, engraved in flame along the rock like embers, just briefly, and then they snuff out.
I did a thorough investigation of that rock. I had detect magic. I cast identify on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't squirt it with lemon and a little bit of heat.
He turned his back to it.
Oh, I was throwing something at the cat.
Oh, that was perfect timing.
Oh no, it felt like God. I walk up to Sora and say, I kind of overheard a little bit of the conversation that was happening in there. I understand there's a
Oh no!
There's a.
I understand there's an orc in there.
I understand. There's a rock in there.
I know.
Oh, timing.
All right, here she comes.
Welcome back.
So you understand there's a
So you didn't hear anything I said?
No.
nope.
Ugh. Okay, so I walked up to you and I said, I overheard a little bit of the conversation that there's a little boy that's trapped and being punished, and we're leaving him.
It's not quite that simple.
He did
Leaving
not
him
want
for
to be
dead.
removed.
He's afraid of what his father and what the elders might do to him with the stones that they believe in and that they are reading. He's afraid of what could happen if he doesn't serve out his time here. We helped him. Kendra healed him, but it's not. He didn't want to leave. It's not really our place to take him somewhere. He doesn't want to go against his will. I fear there's more than we can see going on, and more that he can tell us. But he's told us as much as he possibly could.
Yes, so apparently the elders are involved in this cult that is listening to the stones. And they believe it has something to do with these storms that are going on around Red Lodge. Apparently, according to some of what the boy said, that they have been listening to the stones to try to predict the storms.
Interesting.
It's
I'm
not
gonna have
too
to have a
far off.
conversation with his father about abusing kids.
No, we're going to have several conversations with several people.
Trust me,
This
that's
is-
not going unnoticed. He's
Is this really so strange a punishment for a child? There's not even any snakes involved.
Why would there be snakes involved?
Flick, I understand that our ways are much different than yours, but we don't do that to children here. We nurture them. We help them grow, and punishments are never like this. Maybe working in the field a few days or something strenuous but not deadly.
But again, why are snakes involved?
Because snakes are common and easy to find.
What do the snakes do? I think we're missing that.
They
Like,
usually bite. What else would you expect a snake to do?
Liam walks away.
There are just different customs in every community, and
And who's to say this is not the custom for this community, even though it may be different from yours, Kendra?
I have my views, you have yours. I shall act on my views as I see fit.
based on my general studies of humans around the world, this is not the proper way to punish a child.
I forgot I'm the only human.
Yeah, we've got.
Human.
For all intents and purposes, Liam is human. I mean, as far as Flick can tell, half the time, Rowan is probably human too.
Oh, that's such a nice thing.
No,
But
for now, we go forward. and deal with this matter later.
I'm not saying we don't help the boy. I'm saying let's see both sides of what's going on first.
Someone who's stronger than me open the door.
Come in.
I try the door.
You want to just mount the doors at this point.
By the way, you all get 30 XP for that last fight.
Yay.
Hey.
And then
Total?
all of you can have inspiration points because that was really good.
Yay!
Sorry,
You're-
Ian.
Confusing
Just
the orc?
We got 30 XP total?
Yes.
Okay.
Per player. Per player.
Each person got 30
Yeah.
XP.
Okay.
What do your inspiration points do? Because every DM I've had has a different way that they use inspiration.
I've always used them as a well in our games. We've always used them as a reroll. I didn't know you used them as anything else.
Oh, yeah, in other games it's just an automatic success. Other games
Okay.
it's advantage. Other games you can cause disadvantage on someone else.
Uh,
I mean, the
All
game
of
I'm in, the DM doesn't do inspiration. So it's like, inspiration, what's that? There's no bards there.
no, I mean you guys all play to your characters really well. I mean, do you guys have a preference?
It's weird.
We've always played it where you can re-roll, do a re-roll on something.
Okay, so like an advantage.
Yeah, basically.
Where do the snakes come from? Everywhere.
I mean-
They're common. Why are they involved? Because they're common.
Yay, I have the little sunshine on my sheet.
Yeah.
How much XP do we get for that fight?
What?
That
What was the
it's
fight?
you get 30 per player as a total. It was 150 XP total, but then you break it down per player. It's 30 XP.
Okay. Sorry, being an EXP goblin.
Sora, would you care to help dear Kendra with the door?
Oh, I got it. An angry opening.
Open.
All right.
Leaving a child behind.
So- To
be fair,
That'll be. Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
he's
no, you go
probably
ahead.
staring where he is for the time being.
It's a 19.
Yep, you are definitely able to open it. So as you pull the door open, just same thing every time. Little bit of dust comes down. Not a lot. It's just from it scraping years on the rock above.
Filthy, 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 filthy. You're nowhere near the door, Liam. Are you that sensitive?
They do have allergies. Let's not speak more of it.
Is that why you keep sniffing for the wind?
And what you see is a passageway. It's about 10 feet wide, 10 feet high. It's hewn out of the same rock. It runs about 40 feet, despite what you're seeing there. A small lantern hangs from a hook in the wall next to the door at the east end of the passage. And sitting on a wooden stool by the lantern is a balding, beardless old male human in patched and faded work trousers and a matching tunic. He is idly whittling a stick.
Is he someone we've seen in town at all?
No. You don't recognize him.
Since I feel like I'm like the first person that would have saw him by opening the door, I kind of like turn and look at everyone. Like, there's a random old man sitting in the middle of a corridor, down in the dark.
Do you think he's any more woeful than these bandits were?
It's about to be.
I think you just volunteered, Kendra.
Excuse me.
He looks up casually and sees you coming. His eyes widen suddenly, and he drops the knife and the wood and scrambles backwards, nearly falling off the stool. And he goes to his knees and puts his hands up. Please, please, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm just here to guard the door. That's all.
Uh-huh. What's your name?
Baragustus.
Oh. Her hand. In her hand, she holds the firebolt.
Please, I'm
The
unarmed.
same one. The same one who is allowing that boy to suffer.
You see him kind of look past her a bit worriedly as he wrings his hands. I, please, I, I just do as I'm told. Please.
Then
I
do as
didn't
you're
put those boulders on him.
then do as you're told and go into that room there.
Which room?
She points back to where everyone else is.
Yes, okay. And he kind of crawls past you a bit and then stands eyeing you worryingly and walks past you into the room. And as soon as he sees the whole group of you, he shrinks down again and kind of presses back against the wall.
Kendra will stay by the door because she's got a feeling that having her near him is a bad idea.
He, despite the fear, he kind of peeks back when he realizes you haven't come back through. Please don't go any further. You don't provoke the wrath of the Delvers.
The Delvers?
The Delvers. If you go in there and disturb the stones, you'll provoke their wrath.
What are the Delvers?
They're the ancient ones, the builders. From time to time, the great stones change positions when no one is watching. We of the believers know it to be the Delvers, the original architectures.
So am I opening this door?
Just a moment, Kendra dear. Flick
Don't open the door!
will walk past down to where
We
Kendra
should
is.
open that door.
Flick will collect what he was whittling and his knife and just kind of return them to the old man. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your craft, so don't let us stop you from this, but we would like the information on exactly what's going on here.
He's hesitant at first, and then he reaches out and takes first the wood, and that's it. He doesn't even want to grab the knife.
Flick will just set it down on the side of the statue.
It's the stones is how they talk to us, the Delvers. They show us signs of coming danger and warn us when we make bad choices.
Bad choices such as what, I would be curious.
Bad choices for Red Larch. Like, just
Are you sure they'd be bad choices for Lead Larch or bad choices for the Delver?
the Delvers want what's best for us. They've given us signs. They've helped us. Look, we the believers, the ones who have read the signs and been taught to read them, we have prospered. We've helped Red Larch grow. But there's still so many unknowns about them. How they move, It's miracle, I tell you.
There are a number among us who are specialized in miracles, such that they are. I'm sure they may find a way to commune with the stones and with the delvers. We simply mean to understand what is going on.
We already have help. We already have a priest who knows how to read them. He's been teaching us. He can actually speak with the stones. I've seen it. With one little touch of his finger, the stones, they speak to him.
What's your priest's name?
Larek, don't tell him I said so. I don't know if he really wants us spreading that around.
Now, your name won't be mentioned in this case. Again, while there may be some happy to hear of miracles in far places, I find it a little more difficult to believe without seeing something happen directly.
Well, that's why we're believers, and others aren't.
Then I suppose I'll simply remain a non-believer for the time, until there's something can make me believe. Kendra, dear, would you take a look?
No, you
we're
mustn't
opening this
disturb
door.
him.
We're opening the door. Don't you fucking dare ask me to roll strength.
As
Well,
Flick
of course.
generally respects gods, but doesn't really care about them.
Of course, you will have to roll a strength.
I really don't care the number. I just don't want a 1. I'll take a 17.
You said 17?
Yep.
All right.
Adrenaline rush.
I know. All right, let me figure this out.
Master Whittler, if you are so concerned about the Delvers, perhaps you should wait with Grond and Braylon for now.
And he just looks at you. Be it on your head. And he backs away into the corner.
No, that was ominous.
He's also seeing the bodies of the priests, the other dead bandits, the bringers of woe, and he's kind of stepping around them and suddenly realizing, oh shit.
Yeah, as he's walking over yes, don't touch in anything green or bubbling. It's not good for your health.
Don't mind the naked one. We did nothing untoward with him.
He holds his wooden piece closer and he just shrinks into the corner, mumbling to himself as he goes like into the floor, just whispering to himself, thumbs rubbing against his little wooden statue.
That's gotta be just a horrific sight. Acid and blood and crushed skulls.
And a naked
Freaking
person.
Warhammer. No fire this time. I'm surprised.
I'm gonna
You know,
walk up to Flick and ask, did you see what he was whittling?
No, I didn't get too close a look at it. It didn't seem terribly complete.
I'm gonna just open the door and just step into the room.
Okay.
Lords of Earth, meet your goddess of fire.
All right, so you step into the room.
I mean, yeah, we've got 2 characters that aren't particularly pious, and the rest are all tied to gods of various kinds. Just don't start a holy war on our account.
Well, of course not. I'm not Christianity.
Are you kidding? Have you seen half the history of Faerun?
Oh god. Is this another pitch black room? Why are there so many pitch black rooms? Just get torches. You're humans. Get torches.
There was a bunch of halflings in town.
They can't see in the dark, can they?
I mean, I don't think normal halflings can, but we haven't exactly confirmed that yet.
All right.
Why is everything...
It's a purple worm! Right, monkey? Purple worm, purple worm.
All right. So
I'd like to not.
as you come into the room, you see several rocks before you. It's an enormous chamber with 20-foot high ceiling has been carved out of the rock here. A lighted lantern rests on the floor near the center of the room, which you can only see peeking around some of these giant rocks. There are an odd array of stone monoliths, some upright sanding stones, others arranged in 3 stone arches. They stand around the chamber. 6 low stone slabs are set against the walls around the perimeter of the room. Each holds humanoid bones dressed in scraps of tattered cloth and rusted iron.
I can't see that currently.
I know, I'm going to try and give you a good of what you would be able to see.
Oh.
So that's about as far as human?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, why does no one have a fucking torch in these places? The cave made sense.
You have a bag full of torches, don't you?
That's a
Half the time you are a torch.
All right.
I mean, if you weren't human,
Everyone's walking around like they have drift globes, but they don't.
And as you come in, suddenly a hurl of black bubbling liquid is thrown at you.
We're done with that bullshit. Not again.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. I'm done with this bullshit, to be perfectly honest with you.
Kendra, what was that sploosh noise?
And
agony.
All right. This black acid hits across the side of your shoulder, and it's like a tarry black goo, and it burns against the top layer of your skin, and you take 4 damage.
Oh, okay.
Just and 4. Everyone roll for initiative.
Being chewed on by a cat.
Being chewed on by acid.
That's my job.
What the hell is this? What in the world was that?
What?
Whatever, it was like rap music coming through.
One mine.
There we go. Weird.
I got a 19.
Okay, hold on one sec. Let me get that up. Okay, Kendra, 19. Flick?
5.
5. Sora?
17.
Rowan?
I also got a 19.
And Liam?
24.
Okay. All right. Liam, you are up first.
And you're all the way in the back.
I guess
Yep.
all you would know is that I screamed in pain.
So I'm just gonna run in full blast, daggers in hand.
Let me
She's
at
not
him. Let me
helpful.
at him.
And I'm just gonna get in front of Kendra and look around. In case it changes anything, I have 60 feet dark vision. And the first thing I'll notice is, whoa, why are there corpses here?
Don't ask, it hurts.
Your health bar is still full. How much does it hurt?
Oh, fuck you.
And that's my turn.
All right.
Why do I smell burning flesh?
It wasn't me this time.
Squishy.
Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry, no, I said that was my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kendra, you're up. Rowan, you're on deck.
Neat. So is it an action? Yes, it is.
So they can't even see what shot her in the face yet.
Oh. Y'all are gonna. Alright, so we're gonna move. We're gonna move about 20 feet as far as I can see. Gonna move there, and as an action, placed on top of this stone, I send my drift globe and cast daylight.
Ooh.
No one is hidden. I see all of you.
Here comes the sun, motherfucker.
That's right. All right. So Kendra runs up and throws her drift globe up, and it like goes right to the top and almost stops as if like in an invisible field, and suddenly you see a brief spark in it, and then like sunlight fills the entire room.
Flick is very glad she wasn't in that room when that happened.
Yeah, sorry, Liam.
Say goodbye to your retinas.
Anything else?
Now she's burning you on the inside.
Why do you hate me?
It's like you actually are blinded now, so now you're gonna.
Alright, so I got 10 more feet of movement, so we're just gonna go to the middle of the room and just look around, trying to find anything of anyone.
Oh, that looks like a grumpy dude.
That looks like a grumpy dude, but I don't know if he's technically in my line of sight or not.
You can see you see the stone monoliths all around you, and you do see like a long draping marbled like cape that reaches to the ground.
Alright, well, that's good for next time. I will use a bonus action to convert a second level spell slot into sorcery points.
Okay.
I believe it's a second one that I need. Oh no, I only needed one, so it's the first level spell slot, not second.
That gets you how many points?
I'm back up to. That gives me 2 points. I'm back up to 3 now because I spent 2 before.
Sorcerer is a class I know very little about. I just know Metamagic is cool.
Yeah. All right, and that's it for me.
That's it. All right, Rowan, you're up. Sora on deck.
I guess maybe pointing and shouting. He's right here.
He's here, officer.
I wouldn't even see you doing that though. I'm down the hall. Quick clarifying question. From the end of our last battle to the start of this, how much time has passed?
Oh, probably like a good 20 minutes.
Okay, so my magic weapon is still active then because it lasts for an hour.
Great.
Clubbing time.
Um, I will move in next to Liam. And I would like to hold my action until one of my comrades is attacked.
Okay.
Hold your
Sora.
action to do what?
Yeah, when you hold your action, you have to give
Oh,
a
yeah.
trigger if you did, and then the action.
Oh, okay.
So the
I
action
will-
you're holding and what is going to trigger it? What are you waiting for?
So once they attack one of my comrades, I will sacred flame them.
Okay. Sora, you're up. Flick, you're on deck.
I'm going to move. There. And I am gonna cast Command. I'm gonna say grovel.
Okay. Is that a saving throw?
Wisdom save or something. I think.
Wisdom save, yeah.
All right.
What's the DC?
12.
Okay. So all of a sudden you see this man with the cape drawn over looking angrily at you. And then he curls down and falls to his knees and digs his hands into the ground, head bowed.
It's your chance to, take him non-lethally, Kendra.
Shut the fuck up.
Non-lethal firebolt.
Who are you? What are you doing here? That ends my turn.
He just, you see his eyes looking up from his bent head. Flick, you're up.
Okay, let's get into the room, I suppose.
Nah, you don't need to get in the room.
How do I like? That's not what I want. How do I make the previous one stay? I don't know how to do that.
Do a right click on the mouse, it should stay.
Oh, there we go. I could get into the room, basically. Screw it, we're going full feline agility.
Yay!
Is there anything to take cover down here? Is the body just on the floor?
Yes.
There's a rock.
We're just gonna go for it. Hooah! Full speed. And so I got a pretty clear view of this guy curled up on the floor, grimacing angrily at Sora. I'm going to hold action, firebolt, in case he makes an attack. So as soon as he attacks, he's taking a firebolt. And hang on. Bonus action, this is going to skitter a ways up the wall. So it's about 30 feet up 30 feet up on the wall, and it is also going to hold action force attack on him for when he tries to make an attack.
All right. Is that your turn?
Force attack, non-lethal damage. Can I do that with a force like shove? It's a range spell attack, so I don't think no.
No.
I don't think so.
He's just getting shot in the face then.
All right. Go for it.
He now has a lot of guns pointed at him.
A lot of ready actions.
All right. And then at the start of his turn, does he need to make another save? It would be the next turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
His current turn is spent groveling.
Groveling.
Where he falls prone on his turn and immediately ends it.
All right. So he just stands there with his hands on the ground, on his knees, looking up at you still, eyeing. You see his eyes following, tracking each of you. And you see him just breathing. Liam, you're up.
Okay,
Okay.
no, he's not undead.
We know he's not undead?
Command doesn't work on the undead.
Okay.
Metagaming, but sorry.
No, that's fine. Fine.
I mean, I didn't feel like
great.
reading the entire thing.
Did I hear before that his hand is in the ground?
His hands are on the ground because he's groveling.
Okay.
So he's basically prone. If you walk up and hit him, you have attack advantage because he's prone.
Perfect. I'm going to go up in front of him. And not taking any chances. I'm going to roll for non-lethal damage to slice off his hands.
I don't think that's a non-lethal.
It's not killing him.
Is this just the meme for the campaign? Everything is declared non-lethal damage.
Just because I'm remembering the necromancer from the last fight, and I'm just not trusting something that threw a purple sludge randomly.
Roll for it.
I non-lethally try to take his head off.
Okay, that is a 15.
Does not hit.
God damn it!
You have advantage. He's prone.
You have
Yeah.
advantage because he's prone.
Yeah.
And you also
Oh,
have your inspiration point if you want to use it.
So roll
So
a
roll
d20.
I can roll again because he's prone?
Yes.
You have advantage because he's prone and
Yep.
you're within 5 feet.
Okay. So, that almost fell off the table. Hold on. Oh, that's worse. That was a natural 1.
It's an advantage roll, so you just take the higher one.
Yep. And that was I believe it was a 14 and that didn't hit. So, uh-oh. I guess I go for the swipe, but I trip over my new cloak that I just got. And I miss. And I feel like a fool.
All right.
At least you're on the side of the rock that Kendra couldn't see that happen.
Again, all I can say is, uh-oh.
Hey Kendra, come check this out.
I'm
I feel it in my spirit.
I'm in range to be touched. And I only have 16 health.
Kendra, you're up. Rowan on deck.
Oop. No, wait, hold on. We're gonna go over here instead. Be a little bit out of his field of touch.
You don't like when enemy wizards touch you.
No. Bad touch. This is a neat spell I haven't cast yet. We're going to quite lethally cast Scorching Ray. So I get to make 3 attack rolls. First one is 15.
Misses.
Okay. Next one is 18.
That hits.
Okay, we need at least an 18 to hit. And that's an 11, so that doesn't hit. So one hits.
All right.
And we're also going to be meta magic quicken spell. So this cast is as a bonus action. So 2d6. That's 8 fire damage.
All right. 8 fire damage. And your next
And,
action?
Next is going to be we're casting Firebolt
Okay.
with a 17.
17 hits.
Okay, we need at least a 17. That's what we've learned today.
So I'm just picturing Fortunate Sons playing as Kendra walks through an area setting everything on fire.
And that only did 1 fire damage.
Okay.
And
here I was prepared to try to be non-lethal.
Yeah, I moved about 20 that way, so we're going to move the rest over here and kind of hide behind that rock.
All right.
And that is my turn.
All right. Rowan, you're up. Sora on deck.
All right. I would like to move and get behind this guy.
All right.
And after seeing flames hitting him, I'm assuming we're not trying to keep him alive.
Oh,
Non-lethal flames.
Non-lethal flames. I guess I'll attempt it at first. I want to just take my warhammer and use the hilt of it and try to hit him on the back of the head to knock him out.
Okay. With advantage because he's whatever, charmed or groveling.
He's
prone.
Prone. Well,
23.
he's not prone. 23? Oh, that hits.
So would I really still roll damage if I'm just knocking him out?
Yeah, you still tally up damage.
Okay.
I think
7 damage.
All right.
I think there was a rule for trying to knock someone out, but I don't remember what it is.
So you come up behind him and you nearly swing with your hammer and then think twice about it and just drop it and like flip it and you just try and knock him out and you hit him and he Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Sora, you're up. Flick on deck.
Okay, just real quick on
Mhm.
non-lethal, it's when an attacker reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack, the attacker can knock the creature out. The attacker can make this choice the instant the damage is dealt. The creature falls unconscious and is stable. So when you make a melee attack and reduce it to 0 hit points, you can say you're knocking them out.
Didn't that work when I did non-lethal damage in that last fight?
I mean, it should have.
We're learning. So yeah, none of my shit is non-lethal.
Sora, you're up.
Melee attack. You could non-lethal stab him with your knife.
Yeah.
I am just gonna. Let's see. Yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna go up to him do a little stabby stab with my long sword.
Lethal or non?
Doesn't matter. Stab him.
All right.
I feel like he's definitely not in like a threatened range of dying. I feel it in my soul.
Nat 20.
Never mind. I think he might be in a threatened range.
All right. So max damage.
Max damage.
So that's 8.
8.
Yeah, because it's 1d8. Oh wait, no, it's 10 because it's 1d8 plus 2.
Okay.
So, yeah.
10 damage. So you come up behind and you're just like, and he's this poor guy just sitting on the ground, groveling, getting just wailed on.
With a critical hit, can't you do a smite? And just totally go ham on him?
I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
I mean, you're not going to get more capitalization on it than with a crit.
It's true. Nah, I'm good.
Anything else?
I'm gonna move like right here, but that's it.
All right. Flick, you're up.
Okay. Everyone's picking up. So he's not prone?
You don't know?
I mean, it should be able to tell if he's lying on the ground or not.
He's kneeling
If
on
he's
the
prone-
ground.
Oh, okay.
At any rate, I'm not going to be moving because I have to, I want to have my cat thing ready to go.
The DM is smiling. Be afraid.
How dead do we want him?
Preferably alive.
I think we should interrogate before we
It's a
kill.
little late for that, Kendra.
He's breathing.
Because I could possibly just completely nuke him straight into the dirt. If we really want.
How hard is it just to leave him alive? Just throwing a fucking tantrum behind the rock. Just
Show of
on the
hands. Nuke
ground.
him into the dirt.
What?
Show of hands. Nuke him into the dirt.
Well,
Nobody? Okay. Well, we're just going to splash some asses on it.
Once for trying to keep someone alive. Who knew it'd be so hard?
Yeah, he gets to make a dex save of 13 while he's kneeling on the ground and floor, completely surrounded in friendlies.
11.
Okay, he does not succeed, so he gets to take acid damage.
Okay.
4
Okay.
acid damage. And now we're going to shoot him with the spider pot. I'm going to guess a 15 does not hit.
Does not hit.
Oh, is he? Do I get advantage for whatever his current state is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
Thing.
That's the first nat 20 I've got. He only takes 6 damage.
All right. That it?
Yep. So that was, 4 acid damage and 6 force damage.
All
Yep,
right.
we're chilling here.
Kendra, keep him alive. 2 nat 20s. Bam, bam.
Kendra says keep him alive after shooting him in the back with an explosive fire ray and firebolt.
It's fine. He's alive.
You see the
Actions speak louder than words, Kendra dear.
You see the priest as his hands, the whole time he's been groveling, his fingers have been scraping slowly backwards. And his one hand reaches back into a pouch. And he pulls out tiny black bead, which he then crushes between his hands.
That's bad.
And as he draws his hands back,
Do you want to cut off his hands?
a thin black line of black molasses is pulled apart, and he casts slow. So all of a sudden, the rest of you are watching this, and you see him do this, and as his hands pull back, it looks as if his hands are pulling back slowly. And then all of a sudden, he stands up, like it looks like he's moving super fast, and he's just out of your vision, and you can't seem to track him. And it feels like you're moving through molasses almost.
So there's like no save or anything?
Let's see. Yes, there is.
Ooh, what's the save?
Wisdom
Bad.
saving throw.
Wisdom. Oh boy.
Well, I'm not at a negative.
That's good at least.
Natural 20. Woo.
Dirty 20.
Got a 17.
Dirty 20.
What's her throw set again?
Holy cow.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Is Liam the only one that's gonna fail?
That's a 12.
So we have 3 20s.
Yes.
That's
Natural.
ridiculous.
I rolled a 19, I've got a +1.
Kendra, what did you get again?
Same.
I got a 17.
Okay.
My total is 25.
All right.
Doesn't like evil wizard effects.
So Kendra and Liam, the both of you see this happen, and you feel like everything all of a sudden like vibrate around you, and it feels like you can just barely move, and it's like you're stuck in this bubble. And as you try and track him, you just can't move fast enough for it. And then he is going to make an attempt to bolt.
That's a lot of attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yep. He is going to dash. Expeditious retreat. Bonus action on each. Yeah.
Wait, is an expedition's retreat a leveled spell, not a cantrip?
It is a leveled spell.
But it's a bonus action.
But
He already cast a leveled spell, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Slow is a leveled spell. That's the whole reason why my metamagic lets me change the casting time of a leveled spell to a bonus action, but per the rule book of spellcasting, you cannot cast 2 leveled spells on the same turn. You can cast a leveled spell and a cantrip.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to do research for my class. I'm not letting you get away with that.
Expeditious Retreat is a core spell used by my character in the other game.
You looking that up, though, ruined it for all of us. And as soon as you said that, I looked it up. I was like, damn it.
All right.
I wasn't going to say anything because I was just going to let it play out, but...
All right. Then... Liam, you're up.
Mr. Slow-Mo.
Kendra is now going to be officially killed by the DM.
The DM hasn't been trying.
Roll for an attack.
So Kendra and Liam, your speed is halved, and you
Okay.
take a -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws, and you can't use reactions.
Okay.
Okay. But can I roll an attack?
Yeah.
I can
He's
still
also
hit things.
flanked.
This is fine.
Okay, that's a 21.
Okay.
And I got sneak attack on that, right?
No.
Yeah.
He's
That's
got allies
fine.
within 5 feet.
Yeah, I think the way this reads, though, is regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't take more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
That's not adding an attack. That's adding damage.
Creature effective with spell.
Yeah, sneak attack isn't like a separate attack. It's just kind of like a bonus to an attack.
Okay.
So vertical sneak attack, I get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It shouldn't be named sneak attack for what it does, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit with, this is all with Talon, by the way. So that is, wow, that is a 4 of normal. Now we're gonna do the sneak attack. That's a 5 total.
Oh, no.
Nope, 5 total, because I just rolled a
total.
1.
Okay. And
That's a 3, so that's 8.
8 damage total.
Yeah, and I'm aiming for his hands still.
Okay. So as you go to swipe at this guy's hand, even though you've been touched by slow, as your hand wraps around your dagger, you feel infused, and you are somehow able to swipe still at his hand and seemingly break free of it. And yeah, his hand comes flying off.
oh, wow.
That-
Okay.
That's channeling the power of the wind.
And he screams and ah, and blood is just squirting out as he holds his hand towards him.
Okay. And my turn.
And Kendra, you're up.
Okay.
I realized
I
before I
have-
said it, and my turn, I could have gone for another attack, but
no, you can't. You're
Oh, I
slow.
can't?
Yeah, since
Oh,
you're
right.
slowed, yeah.
never mind.
There,
I get one thing out of this, all right?
I have just enough movement to get right here. That's
Okay.
within 5 feet. So we're gonna get our quarterstaff and we're gonna poke him, non-lethally. That is.
I mean, at this point, if Flick moves here, wouldn't he be completely unable to get away? Unless he can, like, teleport or something?
That is a 13, which I know failed, but favored by the gods. Lets me add 2d4 to my attack roll. Okay, that's so far a 4. So 13 plus 4, that's 17. That's 20 on my attack roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Which hits, and now we're going to roll.
Other than missing a hand, does he look in particularly worse for wear?
That's 2 damage.
Okay,
Non-lethal.
and what was the rule on non-lethal again?
Non-lethal, if you strike with a melee attack and reduce them to 0, you can declare it non-lethal, and it knocks them out and stabilizes them.
Okay, so you
don't have to declare it non-lethal unless you reduce him to 0.
you come up and you just whack him over the head, and his eyes roll back and he falls to the ground.
I need to know how much HP did he have before that attack? Because I only did 2 damage.
He had 1. You motherfuckers.
You're welcome.
It's
Well,
so nice to be on the bullying end of it.
You may have trouble tying up his hands at this point, but you may want to secure the remaining one.
Ew, no, that's Liam. That's totally Liam. I'm not doing that.
No, you
And
gotta say it
whatever
in character,
slow
because you're
had come over you guys obviously passed as soon as his eyes rolled up and he fell to the ground. And you guys were
So-
able to move again easily.
So concentration. I'm guessing.
Oh, if it was
Uh.
concentration. So I don't know if you didn't know this rule or if we were just ignoring it. Concentration spells, if the caster is attacked, they have to make a concentration roll, which is a
It's a
constitution.
con save.
Yeah, it's a con save. They have
Yeah.
to roll a con save in order to keep the spell active.
While this is
Oh,
going on,
yeah, it's not a concentration.
Cool.
Oh, does that mean it's still in effect?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that sucks.
in the meantime, per everyone's request to, manage the other hand, Liam stabs that hand into the ground with a reserve.
You're really trying to dull your blades by jamming them to stone, I see.
It's the ground. Is it stone or is it dirt?
It's
It's going to be stone.
stone with a thin layer of like dirt on it that's been slowly over the years has worn off and turned into like a fine dirt.
Can I rewind that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just tie him up, dear Liam.
I'm gonna take my cloak and tie his stub and arm behind him.
Okay.
Why don't we tie him to one of these rocks like one of his friends here?
I mean, what if we want him to go with us? But that's what I do, and now Liam goes back to I guess worried. Actually, I got nothing. Liam just is done.
All right. Anything else? Anyone? You're out of initiative.
Cool. Just gonna look around the room.
Okay.
Recollects the pot. Watches
If you
camera
guys are starting to
slowly
look
walk
around, we'll say a minute passes and the slow is off of you.
Cool.
Sora, would you mind just keeping an eye on our friend?
Would.
I'd rather him not move without us knowing.
No, that's fine. I would also like to go up to the stone that he's next to and just kind of put my hand on it and see if I can sense anything.
Are you a dwarf now?
You never know.
Is that still in 5e? Do dwarves still have that?
Yes. Yes.
I'm a mountain dwarf in my other campaign.
So you're
Stone
feeling
cutting.
the stone?
Hmm? I just want to feel it, see if I feel anything.
Okay. You feel just the smooth stone structure, beautifully carved in just. That's about it.
It's a
Is there
nice
anything
rock.
interesting about this body here?
So these bodies are actually sitting on stone slabs, and they are the bones of human miners who, yeah, they're bones of. You could tell they're human miners. Basically, they've got they're kind of laid straight on there, and they've got hammer and chisel in both hands.
Are they mummified or do they look recent?
By the way, just as an aside, I knew what you meant, but every time you said human miners, I couldn't help but think, wait, are there kids?
He's
So
in
like
the other
on
room.
Galaxy Quest, miners, not miners.
The miner's in the other room.
Yeah, no, miners, like rock dwellers. They're not mummified, but they look like they have been carefully laid on these slabs.
Is there any way I can tell what might have been their cause of death? Just inspecting the body, looking for signs of injury, any kind of traces of poison, any kind of, whatever might have caused death.
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
Medicine. That is 14.
Okay. So it looks like from the way the bones are, they look like they're broken. They look damaged. The skulls look like they have been crushed in areas or pieces missing. Your best guess is they look like they were crushed.
Hmm. And nothing really noteworthy on them in their at this point, just their clothes and tools.
Mm-hmm.
My tools are already better, so they can keep them.
Do I find anything looking around the room?
Um,
Is there anything unique about this rock, the green one?
la la la. Roll investigations, both of you.
Okay.
$19.
16.
Okay. Flick, there is nothing really unusual about the rocks in particular. They look very similar to the rest of them. Kendra, you notice something odd about that corner of the room.
Oh boy.
Roll
And
wisdom
suddenly
saving
rocks
throw.
fall.
So make a wisdom or a perception
God.
check.
Fucking, of course.
Oop.
18.
Okay. So you notice in that southeast corner that there's an unmortared stone outlining an area. And you realize it's a door, and it's very well cut into the wall, so it's very well hidden. But you can tell that it is a door that swivels on a central point.
I kick it.
1d4 damage to foot. It's still stone.
Oh, like not just a wimpy like soccer kick, like karate. I'm ready to just end someone's life kick.
Yeah, do a strength kick.
Nat 20. Fuck you.
So you all see Kendra kind of walk up to this door, and she kind of feels along the edge of one. She takes
Can we
two
even
steps
tell it was
back.
a door? She's just touching a wall as far as we can
Yeah,
tell.
she takes 2 steps back, squares her shoulders, does a running jump, and double kicks one side of it, and that door just swings open on that central access, creating 2 open points.
Did you plan where you were going to land after the kick?
Of course not.
Well, as she kicks with a natural 20, she kicks and somehow manages to flip and land back on her feet. And she's briefly startled, but realizes she wants to play it off, so she just kind of stands up straight and looks
Performance
back to
check.
Liam.
I saw that.
How many checks do you want me to do?
As many are fun, as many as needed to be fun.
I'm gonna roll a 1 eventually.
Yeah, it creates 2 small, narrow passages, but
Cool.
Have you found a dance instructor, Kendra dear? Or is there something else over there?
I found a door. Leads to 2 split paths.
I think we should deal with our friend here, unless you just want to let him run off on his own.
No. I'm curious what's down here, but I can wait.
I'd rather not leave an enemy at our backs, or drag him along after us. That seems not the most constructive way to use what we've been given here.
Well, we know it's here, and that's the good part.
True.
So we
Oh.
said that these bodies have been crushed, right?
Yes, it looks like something has been. Whatever killed them seems to have been a result of them being crushed up. Probably alive.
Is this what's happening to that boy?
Would this.
Yeah.
I don't think there was enough weight on the boy to cause crushing in the same way as these corpses. It's a bit of a different pattern, I believe.
But even so, just thinking about this, I'm like just starting to death grip my warhammer in frustration.
Well, we do have someone who could answer that.
Before we start questioning him and he wakes up, I'm gonna go through all of his pockets to see if I can find anything like that black bead
Oh yeah,
that he
strip him absolutely down.
everything.
No clothes, leave him nothing.
No
You
arcane
don't want
focus,
anything.
no materials. We already got his hands out of the way. We need him to keep his tongue so he can talk to us.
Yeah, strip him down. Remove anything from his person that he could possibly use. Hey,
All
the
right.
cool rock might feel good on him.
I just hold my shield out in front of my face so I don't have to look at him.
So
No, I'm just
you
getting
guys
stuff. I'm
strip
not-
this
Flick
this
will
guy
place a
down.
rock directly between his legs so they don't have to look at him.
You strip him of all his clothes. You place a small pile of stones over his junk, and
Does he have anything interesting on him now that we're rifling through his clothes?
yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh my god.
What have I done to you guys?
19.
So you find in a hidden pocket in one of his pants, he is got 4 golden bars. Flick, you would probably recognize these more than the others with your time that you have spent. These are Mirabar trade bars. They're very recognizable because they are each a foot long spindle of iron, like 2 long 4-sided pyramids that are joined at the base. Um, they're they're coated in gold, and they make a distinctive tone when struck. And they're each worth 5 gold piece.
Curious. You said
They're
they were trade bars?
Yeah, Mirabar trade bars. They're distinctive currency in the north, specifically in Mirabar.
Interesting. Seems they've been doing trading from quite afar. Would you mind if I held on to these until we can see if we can trace them down?
Sure.
Go ahead.
So I'll hang on to these, but I'm not trying to hide them. They're currency from quite some ways to the north. It's not something that I would expect to be terribly common outside of perhaps Waterdeep or Yatar itself. You might see it. So I will just add. You said 4 Mirabar bars worth 5 gold each.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna add that. That's spells, not.
So what are you guys gonna do with this guy?
Just so he doesn't, bleed out, going to wrap up that hand
Okay.
because we kind of need him to talk.
Okay. Are you using
No.
a healing kit?
Yes, but I'm not healing him.
You said there were 5 of those bars or 4?
Four. 4 bars.
And how much do they weigh?
Oh, I don't
If
know.
anything.
A pound each.
Sure.
Half a pound.
We'll say I heal him 1 HP just to get him conscious.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would say just have Sora tap him with the healing thing.
We don't want him to bleed out. Not yet.
Yeah, I can give him 1 point.
So you're each giving him a point?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do 2 damage. I think I did
Okay.
it before.
All right. So you guys make minor tending to his wounds, and he just slowly blinks his eyes open, and he sees you all standing over him. And he just glares.
Yeah, we've already done the glaring thing with someone else. It doesn't go very far, so let's skip that part.
Want answers, and you're going to give them to us.
You'll
You
get
can at least
nothing
try
from
to tell
me.
us why you tried to kill us without saying hello.
The earth will swallow you whole.
Well, we're currently underneath the earth now. That's already true. Now what happens?
He sits up to the best of his ability, kind of shifts his shoulders a bit. Clearly, still in a lot of pain. Looks down at the pile of rocks in his lap, holds one up, and is like, are both his hands? Or he's tied up, right?
Yeah, oh, that's right. I was about to ask, how's this working?
Yeah, so both his hands are tied up. He looks down at his
He only has one hand and it's tied.
covered junk, and he's just like, you'll get nothing from me.
And how about your friends in Mirabar?
And he just looks away.
Well, Kendra, you may have the most thoughts to share with him as you were the bandit.
Less so thoughts, more so anger to why you would do such a thing to a poor innocent boy.
His eyes flick to you. Which boy do you speak of?
Braylon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're gonna.
Which boy? As in, there's more than one.
As in, I don't know what you're talking about.
So you're going to sit there and tell me that you don't know about the boy 2 rooms over who is currently who was near death with some boulders until we got there to help him. You have no idea about that at all. You don't condone any of that at all.
He, as you're telling him this, he kind of tilts his head interested. That is not my doing.
He's either a great liar or he has absolutely no idea what's going on.
And why should we take
Insight
your word?
check.
That's what those are for.
And
Go for it.
I
What?
My insight's not very good.
dirty 20.
Okay, well, never mind.
11.
Fuck what I was saying.
4.
Yeah, so Rowan, you can absolutely see he does not give a shit about whatever is going on outside that door. He doesn't seem to know what it is you're talking about.
At any rate, we've stopped your plans of killing children in these caves for now.
I don't kill children.
Clearly, we've seen evidence otherwise, and we have no
Then-
reason to believe your word for it.
What do you do to children if you don't kill them?
I don't kill children. If the
Then what
earth
do you
chooses to
do?
swallow them itself, that is the earth's decision.
It's
And you'll
clear the
talk
Earth
to
had
it?
help in this one.
If you're speaking of the weak-minded believers, I can't account for what they do. If they
And
choose
what
to
is
crush their own children, that is their own prerogative.
and what is it that you do?
Is this man human?
The one you're looking at, yes.
Okay.
He just looks at you, Sora. Anything else?
So you have nothing to do with these believers? Bandits of woe?
Well, the believers come here. They come here to get their thoughts, their prophecies from the rocks.
Speaking of these rocks, we're told that you speak to them and they move on their own. I don't think that's the whole story.
I
think
believe
it's
someone is moving the rocks. Would that
it
be
just
you?
seems smoke and mirrors.
The earth moves as it calls itself to do so.
Then I suppose it called itself to fall over a few rooms over when I touched it.
The black rock.
Yep.
He just rolls his eyes and shakes his head and looks away.
Flick, have you cast detect magic in this room yet?
Not yet. Give me a moment and I can take a look. So, ritual spell, it'll take a few minutes. Keep interrogating him. Flick was pressing the fact that he's just a bandit.
How do you commune with the rocks?
A dwarf would be handy here.
The earth speaks to those it wishes.
Or you could just be making up everything that you're saying.
I could.
The earth may speak to those it wishes, but who is it wish to speak to?
I'd say whoever hears the voice of the earth.
Taumaturgy. Make the ground shake and see if that startles him.
He doesn't even flinch.
Can I try something radical?
Try something radical?
I don't think we're there yet, but
He is already naked. So.
I mean, it involves that sort of. Screw it, I'm just gonna do it. Liam puts his foot on the rocks that are on his lap, and slowly applies more pressure to his foot.
I don't think this guy cares about you crushing his rocks.
He just slowly turns his gaze towards you, Liam.
I mean,
The
are you
earth
trying-
will eventually take me anyways. You
I say
speeding
we take
it.
him to the sea. The waters may find him a kinder mistress.
How long does it take to cast that?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Casting as ritual because my spell slots are few and far between. Well, specifically 10
I'll take
minutes
my
and
foot
6
off.
seconds.
I'll take my foot off since it seems to be doing nothing, and it just seems to be causing everyone to have questions about me. So
You're a half elf. You have an excuse.
It's causing me to have questions about this man. He seems really into these rocks.
That's why I'm saying once we're done, we can take him to the ocean and see how he feels about that as opposed to the earth.
Oh, there's 3 other elements that we can choose from.
Liam,
That's one.
Yeah, but they're a little more difficult. I suppose you could burn him. Cast him to the
you
fire.
Ray?
I think burning is Kendra's.
what's your AC?
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. I guess make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
I know you
Theoretically.
are.
15.
Okay. So after you pull your foot off of him, he brings one of his legs up and tries to kick at you. But he obviously misses.
I tell him to go kick rocks.
I mean, just flip him over, and I'm sure he'll, enjoy the floor a little.
He seems to enjoy what you've just said.
Kendra, please apply more fire.
We're gonna apply fire to a rock. just keep on putting fire onto a rock.
At the very least, I could use acid, and we could dispose of his remains, and his remains would not be beneath the stone.
Like a small rock. I want to melt it with fire and see what kind of reaction he gets from that.
Is it really the rock you're wanting to melt?
Yeah, I want to see if it just fucks with him. I want to see if it's like breaking his heart.
I don't think he's
You know,
attached to specific rocks, as it.
who knows? He might be.
I've conversation long enough. Detect magic up. Anything in the room?
Yes, so you detect a transmutation,
Ooh.
and it covers almost the entirety of the where your detect magic is up.
Looks about for a moment, just kind of looking around, and says, "This is probably not a room we should."
Why?
Much of the room is affected by transmutation. He may be speaking quite literally about the earth swallowing us.
And Larrick chuckles.
Why don't we take him out to the other room? Arcane.
Okay.
I hate to impose, Sora, but you may have the best ability to move him. Be a little rough if you need.
I will gladly do that.
Let's go strap him to a stone dwarf.
So you're picking him up, Sora?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his bum missing hand.
Oh, I thought you meant his bum.
No! His nub,
Sorry.
I guess. Like
Sorry.
I thought so too, and I was
I-
very.
I was like,
I didn't see where this was going.
okay.
No.
Well, this is where Dragonborn come from.
You're not grabbing his bum. You're grabbing his nub. You said.
His nub, his bum hand,
His stump.
his stump, whatever. My
Slick
corgi's
with blood.
tail is a nub, so whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna grab that and just slam him against a rock.
Oh,
Don't kill him.
No, I'm just gonna make it hurt.
Okay, well, yeah, roll for that.
I'm just gonna make it hurt. I don't want to kill him.
You can just declare non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal.
Make it hurt. What am I?
So, what is that? Like a D4? Yeah, just roll a D4.
Okay, that's way better because I rolled a 20.
Yeah.
So yeah.
if we can't get any information from him, maybe it'd be better to turn him into local authorities.
Part of me thinks he may be the local authorities.
Hmm.
4.
So he's probably back unconscious at that point.
He slams against the rock and his eyes just roll up. And he slumps. And he's just hanging by this bloody nub that you're holding on to.
I guess drop him if.
We don't want. Let's take him out into the other room.
Alright, so you guys are going into the other room?
Yeah, back to the dwarf room for the moment.
Okay.
Any other magic I would notice passing back through? Or just the whole room covered in transmutation?
The whole room covered in transmutation.
But nothing back out here?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. So let's say hi to the other old guy. Naked man missing a hand.
The second Baragustus sees you come in dragging Larrick, his eyes widen and he starts almost hyperventilating.
Yes, we've found your Delver.
And he just starts slowly, like, trying to move towards the entrance door.
Yes, please. No one go anywhere just yet, until we've had a conversation.
I already told you I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Oh, you have no idea what you've done. You have no idea what you've done.
Well, we'll live together then.
So tell us what we've done.
You knocked the priest out.
Uh-huh.
Well,
He was reading the rocks. You brought ruin onto Red Lark.
Maybe he shouldn't have shot at us, and we wouldn't have interrupted.
Oh my god. He drops to his knees and just starts doing this with his little wooden statue.
No, I've heard that before.
Let's, prop him up against the dwarf statue and see if we can get a better
Okay, so
now that we're away from the stones, except for Liam, who remains behind.
So you lay him against the base, the stone base on where the statue stands on.
I'll hang in the doorway. Sora, would you be able to bring him back about at all?
Absolutely. I'm just gonna give him another 1 point.
Wake up.
Nice slap.
Ugh. And his eyes are just kind of rolling. He definitely looks concussed and a little green.
Now, I hope you understand, we didn't come here intending to fight. But as soon as we started trying to figure out what's going on, your fellows here decided that it was more prudent to attack us instead of to greet us. And that seems to have been much your disposition as well. So we're hoping to remedy that.
He kind of dizzyingly takes in the bodies of the bringers of woe around him. Good help's hard to find.
Well, it's certainly hard to find if you try to kill everyone that comes knocking.
You're not going to get any more information out of me, so either kill me or let me go.
Could just leave you here.
You could.
There's a nice half orc next door who could keep you company.
Half-wit, more like it.
Would you like one of his pickles before we send you off?
He drops his head and just ignores you.
So you just admitted that you know the orc.
Yes, he's... At this point, I'm fairly certain that most of these people have been members of the town. And yet, for some reason, they seem intent on killing the townsfolk, or anyone that they seem... really, that they decide. It tends to be the way with insane cults.
It also leads me to think you know damn well about the Braylon.
I already told you I don't know what's going on in the other rooms, but it's kind of hard to ignore the loud yelling of whoever he is, the idiot down the hall, calling himself Grund. It echoes through the entire place.
Does it speak louder than the stones, I wonder?
You're all amateurs.
It doesn't seem you were any better.
Clearly not.
So what really do you have to lose from speaking?
All that I am. All that I've done thus far.
I see a naked man in a cave where they have tortured children. What is it you have done, if anything?
And he just kind of smirks a little. And suddenly, all of you feel a slight vibration that suddenly grows large. And you can hear a loud, like shifting noise, but it seems far off in the distance. And dust and rock tumble down. And it goes on for about maybe 15 seconds. And then there's silence.
That's you.
I'm going to guess that was the stones moving.
Your theatrics don't scare me.
And Larrick, you see him look up afterwards and looking to the side as if listening for this as well. That was not me. And he smiles.
Well, I'm afraid my amusement for this run dry. I believe it should be on the rest of you to determine, amongst those of you of faith.
Well, I feel he should be taken to the authorities. He may be more dangerous alive than anything. What say you, Kendra?
You suddenly hear a pounding on the door across on the west side, and you see Grund's face peeking through. They're screaming! They're screaming! Down the hallway! You go look!
Which hallway, Grand?
The hallway you know come through!
Yes, let's knock this fellow out. I think we should return to town. Or at least take a look at what Grand is suggestion.
My
I'm
vote
afraid-
right now is either he could die, or we subject him to the same punishment that Braylon's being subjected to.
I'm kind of with Kendra. We saw the hardships the constable was facing day to day life with just simple bandits. I'm not sure that he could handle someone of this caliber. And quite frankly, knowing he is taking advantage of other people, I feel judgment is needed.
I've said my piece. Do as you wish. I don't want to watch.
Yes, I am with Kendra on this. I will leave the judgment of.
And Larrick's just watching. Two of them leave and looks to the three of you left.
I
Well,
turn to
then-
Liam.
What did you do to this stone, Kendra?
I did a lot.
Fair enough.
Which one of you's gonna do it?
No more victims. Liam takes the scimitar and cuts off his head.
Left to the godless just the same.
Liam walks up to him and says that, and Rowan and Sora, you just see a swipe of silver cleanly across, and the head stays there for a moment, and then it just rolls off, and the body falls to the side.
And I'm leaving the scimitar next to his body.
Which is also next to the bodies we got the scimitars from.
So I'll remove that from my inventory.
All right, so you guys are headed back the way you came?
Yes. We don't
Okay.
want to go through Grand's room. We don't want to upset him, but we want to know what the screaming is.
But wasn't there was another room that Kendra kicked the door open to?
Yeah, but there's not screaming coming from that direction.
Which direction did the scream come from?
The hallway that Grand doesn't want us going.
Except
So that's
now
why
he's
we're
asking
taking
for
the
our
side
help.
here.
If I recall correctly, there are two giant statues with axes.
Nope.
You were equipped to scream. No fear. Into the room with the rats.
I
Not
walk
fear.
up. I walk up to the door that Gron is kind of yelling to us about the screaming,
Mm-hmm.
and like before you didn't want us to proceed down that hall. because of the chains and the traps. If we were to use it now, would you allow us to reach the screens?
You go down the hall?
We go down to screens?
No one come this way. But you're already here. You go that way. And he pulls the door open. And he steps aside to let you pass.
In this quick conversation with him, can I tell if he's being affected by something or if he was just born with a disability?
Yes, these are.
He's a half orc.
I mean, that's okay.
No,
Liam's a half elf.
I'm just, can I tell if he's got something inflicted on him, or if
like, are
it's
you looking
just
for a magical thing or like a natural?
either one?
He was inflicted by the stupid.
I guess do a perception check then.
Good old 7.
You don't necessarily sense anything magical. You just think he's possibly a little slow.
Kendra, would you give the door a push? You seem to be quite... Or perhaps a kick.
You're fucking funny is what you are.
I like to think so, yes.
That
So-
6 says no.
You guys are headed there, and then Rowan, Sora, and Liam. Are you guys headed north, or are you gonna head through the room?
Yeah, I guess the room that we're being allowed to go to.
Okay. So you guys head to the room. Liam, are you following? Okay. And you see Braylon there.
We've just left an old man in a room full of people we killed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fine.
It sends a message.
Yeah, so you see Braylon in there still, and he looks up at you as you pass by. What's happening? I heard screaming. And now that you guys are in the room, you can, in the distance, you hear some crying and calling out.
Nothing, dear child, don't worry. You'll be
I just
safe
realized-
soon.
Did we ever close this door?
The one you're in front of?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, cool.
Wait, does this one open facing to the right?
To the left. They both open towards the left.
So we can go this way before we have to move it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I guess we'll just move into the hall and move it closed? Wait for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your turn, Flick. You can try.
By the way,
Fine.
you all got 140 experience for the...
For bullying the guy.
I was thinking it, but I was going to ask later.
Yeah.
You said 140?
Yep.
All right. Flick will pat her gloved hands together. Spider Pot hops down to assist, and we will see if we can push this thing closed.
All right.
Can I roll strength advantage for help?
Yes, and we should probably take a break too.
Oh my gosh! I rolled 2 10s, so
Nice.
That's a 9.
All right, so it shifts very little.
So actually, I'm dead tired.
All right, okay,
So I need to stop.
okay,
Okay.
that's not a problem. All right, guys.
Oh, but screaming. Don't you want to know who's in?
I'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
So I was trying to like say I wanted to do something, and then I realized
Oh.
that you guys couldn't hear me.
Oh no.
Oh.
I know, what the heck is up with your internet?
I gotta restart the router for sure.
Aw.
It's just I can just see the signal just keeps dropping.
Well, what'd you want to do? I want to know.
I wanted to rock up to Gron and say I might be able to help you feel stronger. And I was gonna see if he'd allow me to reach out and touch him and do lesser restoration on him.
He's a half orc, though. Like, he seems like he's mostly orc.
You're assuming he's just stupid.
I never said he was stupid.
I did.
While this is happening, as potentially my last action of the night,
Uh-huh.
can I roll an insight check on him?
On Grund?
Yeah, because I haven't. This is the
Yeah.
first time I'm in the room with him.
Yeah, go for it.
Nat 20 insight. He's actually the BBEG.
That is a 12.
He's secretly Kendra's father.
Oh no. Well, that's weird. I know who my father is.
He seems very sincere in everything he says. You don't get any sense that he even knows how to spin a tale or a lie. All right, so you are casting lesser
Yeah,
restoration.
lesser restoration.
Okay.
So just to see if it does anything for him. One
Okay.
disease or one condition afflicting him.
Okay. So you reach out and you rest a hand on him, and you feel the power start to surge and start to travel up your arm. But then it's almost like it just pulls back again. And you would understand that there's nothing that can be done.
Okay.
Sounds like my 3rd grade teacher. Can't do anything for you.
All right. So we'll end here for the night. Next week is Easter, so I think a lot of people are probably not going to be available.
Yeah.
So we are looking at the Saturday after. Everyone okay with that?
Yep.
I might not be able to play.
Okay.
I'll know it's my friends and I are doing a once a month hangout thing.
Yeah.
So that's the day we're going to hang out and watch King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh boy.
Odds are we're going to get together earlier on in the day. Usually we end at like 6 or 7. I don't know how long they're going to want to hang out. So I might be late. I might not be able to show. I'll give you a heads up as it happens.
Okay.
It's my nephew's first birthday. And since I missed his birth because COVID, I'm gonna go to his first birthday. And it's
That's okay.
DC, so
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Would another night be preferable? Or do Saturdays mostly work for you guys? Because we could push it off if we need to.
The only other night that I could do, like Wednesdays or Thursdays, maybe.
Yeah, if it's not as late as we went tonight, because normally I go to bed at like
I
10,
know.
the latest. Yeah, I could do a weeknight.
I'm pretty flexible.
Okay. Well, we'll just we'll message each other throughout the week. We'll plan on not this Saturday or the next, but the one after, unless we all seem to kind of have an open schedule coming up.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds
I got
good.
nothing going on.
All right, guys.
Everything I
We can
do is during the week.
celebrate Tax Day afterwards.
You
Yeah.
guys did so good. Such good role playing. Well done. And
Flick
we'll.
doesn't mean to be a jerk.
I had
She really-
so many things planned. I had so many things planned for tonight, but
Hmm.
we just did
And
not
yes,
get out
you're
of this place
you're
yet.
involved.
We'll get there. We'll get there. A lot of stuff is happening.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean, it's good you guys are developing your characters and stuff. But, anyways, all right. Y'all have a good night.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you in a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
See ya.
Bye.
Strength check.